Wake up, gamers, because you're in the Big Think Dimension, the first gaming podcast to self-isolate and sound good. Featuring KZ Excellent.
I think video game good.
Dan and Bob Video Game.
You see that mountain? You can self-isolate on that mountain, Bob.
Oh, thank God.
And Mr. Feel.
It appears you are as lost as me.
Here on GigaBoots.
Bob,
What's up?
I can't remember a single food adventure. This week has been rough. Jeff Keeley appeared by my bedside and refused to let me sleep. Said, Dan.
Or eat.
Dan, Tony Hawk. And I'm like, Jeff, no, you're lying. And he's like, am I? You better be up to know. I said, Jeff Keeley, please let me live. And he said, no, not until you've live streamed this. And so I live streamed it and I said, okay, everything's fine. And Casey's like, you looking forward to that state of play? And I said, that what? And then Jeff Keeley's like, oh, fuck that state of play. I got something even bigger for you. And I'm like, please, everyone stop. So what I'm trying to say is I didn't eat anything that also put my life at risk. Jeff Keeley was enough to survive this week.
Luckily, I ate stuff.
Oh, that's good for you. What did you even eat? I don't even remember.
It was a Spam quesadilla.
Fucking why?
Bold and
Oh, yeah.
strong.
that tweet where you're like, guess what's the filling in here? And I didn't know, and then had to make a shit post of, it's me, Austin, it's a can of Spam.
Yeah. No, I was surprised people didn't immediately guess it. It took like 10 or so minutes for them to figure out.
It was something from a Taco Bell.
I thought it looked like too ham-like.
It was very ham-like.
It looked like actual ham, so I was a little bit unsure.
I think I might get more upset with Taco Bell if they start offering ham, because I know those dumb motherfuckers. I'll order chicken and they'll stick ham on it.
Oh my God.
Well, these are the same thing, right? They call pork the other white meat. Fucking whatever. Give it to him.
It's still white.
You won't notice.
How was it, Bob? How was your disgusting crime against God?
It actually wasn't that bad. I took the leftover fries that I didn't turn into fries. I had a whole thing of Spam cut up into fry-like sections.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. I was going to be like, I did something with the leftover fries I made. And I'm like, no.
But I just sliced that really thin. So you can check Twitter for the picture of it. I then fried it in a pan and put on some like fajita seasoning and cumin. And it ended up tasting fairly like what you'd expect from a taco meat sort of thing. So that worked out okay. Obviously super salty, but other than that, it was pretty good. I probably wouldn't do it again, but I definitely don't regret doing it. Unlike certain other adventures with Spam.
Yeah.
Chewy.
And that's the only thing I did. I did not have time because of all Jeff Keeley knocking at our front door to go try to make a Chicago-style deep dish pizza.
Yeah, no, that was our plan, and then Jeff Keeley just would not be... He's my sleep paralysis demon.
Your sleep paralysis demon is two demons. It's Jeff Keeley and Tom Cruise.
No,
Dan sits up and he just sees Jeff Keeley like sitting there with like he did with the Doritos and the Mountain Dew, but it's Spam and Red Bull.
Oh, no. It's horrifying. Okay, fine. I did one food thing. I drank Blue Mountain Dew and I feel sick, so I'm throwing it all away. Anyway, hey, Phil, I heard you did Spam things.
Yes, I did something that I regret.
Isn't that every time?
I bought Spam garlic.
Ooh,
Oh.
strong.
It is so despicably vile.
I need to try this.
I think
You do.
I think you could conceivably maybe make the teriyaki Spam edible as a component of something. You cannot make this Spam garlic edible.
What do you take some teriyaki Spam and some garlic Spam and put that into a Chicago deep dish pizza?
Oh,
That sounds like a great way to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is so it's like the worst form of garlic.
Junior?
No, that's the best form of garlic.
I can't even think, like, does fake garlic exist?
See, that's what I'm racking my brain with right now. I'm like, I can't recall ever having seen an artificial garlic thing.
and does it taste like
But that's how it tastes.
garlic that's overripe and like pungent,
Bleh.
or is it still at least some sort of regular garlic flavor?
Does it taste like garlic salt, like from a shitty pizza place?
It's real bad.
Okay, it tastes like bad. We got it out of him, everyone.
I will because I bought rice vinegar, so I am gonna make and I bought nori, so I am going to make spam musubi within the next week.
Oh, cool. Spam musubi is really good.
We're still going, huh?
KZ, like I said, until we're allowed to leave our house.
Yep. Nope. People need to know
What if this doesn't end?
Well, then spam forever.
Yep.
Never have I. It's been a while since I've been like, nah, I should go bankrupt. Fucking, we need to eliminate spam.
Spam's delicious. What do you have against spam? Very good.
I didn't have anything against it.
I was playing Halo with a couple people, including Zorofab, friend of the channel,
Yeah.
friend of the show. And one of them were like, "I worry that you haven't eaten anything in weeks that didn't have spam." I'm like, that's silly. Sure, I ate it today and yesterday,
Uh-oh.
the day before that, but not for every meal.
Ha-ha. Just once a day to keep me sane. If I
You're
run out of
turning into a
spam, I'll
cartoon.
lose it.
I mean, I do own multiple versions of the same raccoon shirt I am wearing at this moment.
But I'm also wearing that raccoon shirt, so clearly you're sophisticated because we're doing the same thing.
The raccoon shirt is for everyone, but especially smart people.
It's true. It's true.
Mine shipped.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Tosh and Bob are also wearing their raccoon shirts.
You got to be ready for podcast day.
It's important to be ready for podcast day. Not food related, but in the last week I finally watched Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. No human should do that. Do not watch that movie. I don't care if you've watched every other Resident Evil movie. Never ever watch Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. It's disappointing. It's terrible. It's unlikable in every way possible. Do not watch it.
You got to know how it ends.
You know what? So hey, Phil, name the coolest villain in Resident Evil.
Wesker.
Imagine Wesker got killed by a door and did nothing in the film.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was. Most of those films, Wesker is a badass, a joyous thing to be celebrated. That film is miserable. Do not watch Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. Watch the 5th film. That thing is fan-fucking-tastic. It, in fact, gets better with the amount of films you've already watched. So what I recommend, ladies and gentlemen, is to watch Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, skip 3, go 4 and 5. And you're perfectly good. Never watch 3, never watch 6. I can't believe The Final Chapter, which is the 6th one, is somehow worse than 3, but it did it. I'm
Was
pretty
the director's wife really cool in the movie?
You've described every Resident Evil film except for 3 and 6. So, no.
It does. What's the one where they just copy the fight scene from RE5?
That's the 4th one. It's real good.
Where Chris is shooting at Wesker and he's smoke teleporting around
Yes.
the bullet.
Yes, it's incredible. The 4th one is a really great film. People should watch that. It's way too enjoyable. It is delightful, and it was filmed in 3D, and you know because every cinematic choice is, whoa, it's up in the camera.
They show an act. It's very cool.
It is very cool. Yeah, 4's a really enjoyable film. I think if I were to rank them, it would go 5 on top, 4 below that, 1 then 2. And then the other 2 aren't worth ranking. 3 and 6 are that bad. Do not watch them. Do not watch Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. Do not do it. It is worse than
Unless you're going to
anything
make content about it.
Yeah, it's worse than anything we've ever watched on Curse Content Club. Do not watch Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
I cannot comprehend that.
Cannot
Bob,
comprehend
at
it.
one point, Bob said, man, this movie likes doing a lot of cuts. And it cut, and I counted, and I'm not exaggerating, 15 times while he was saying that. It is visual nonsense. It is plot goulash. It is terrible. It is self-indulgent in a way that is repugnant and not delightful. Because the 5th film's self-indulgent, right, Bob?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
But it's fun. There's fun to be had with the 5th film's self-indulgence. This thing is just absolutely awful, and it legitimately made me concerned about the Monster Hunter film in a way that I wasn't before watching it. Because, as I said, I enjoyed some of the other ones. The sixth one is just really, really bad. I guess that means we're moving on to Podlords.
No, we have to talk about what we played, Dan.
Lords.
Yes, that's right. Ignoring Feel and talking about the Podlords.
Yes, unlike Feel, I respect the Pod Lords. Let's keep going.
I respect them. I respect the pod lords.
If you will, let this happen.
Okay, sure.
What? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Bob, what's your
Oh,
point?
no.
This week I decided to play some next-gen games.
What?
I played Bright Memory.
Oh, that's right. Bright Memory Infinite is the game they showed off for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series X gameplay showcase.
Yeah, that's a indie game made by one dude. First-person shooter with lots of crazy action and sword fighting and stuff. This game's not good. It looks nice. Like, I understand, like, showing it off is like, ooh, look at the spectacle this one man has made. But it doesn't feel good to play at all. It's like the shooting feels weird and wrong. The sword mechanics feel like they're not done. But this is regular Bright Memory. What's coming out on Xbox Series X is Bright Memory Infinite, which looks identical, but maybe we'll fix it up a bit. I assume.
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
Job done.
Yeah.
Mission
Hey, that's
accomplished.
pretty cool.
I also played Ghost Runner, which is it's using ray tracing and some other stuff, and it has all sorts of graphics options to turn up. I didn't do that. Apparently, there's I think this is supposed to come to PS5 and Series X. So they have a demo out on Steam right now, and he plays like a cyborg ninja, and it's a first-person style game where you use a sword and try and do lots of platforming. So you have like a dash button, a grapple hook, and you can kill pretty much every enemy in one hit, but they can kill you one hit too. So it has a feel sort of like something like Katana Zero, or the thing that got inspired by. God, what was that? It's like the big indie game where you wear the mask and you die in one hit.
Oh, Hotline Miami.
Yes, Hotline Miami.
What a weird way to describe that game. You wear the mask and you die in one hit.
I figured it out.
Feels like it's good if I can solve the riddle.
Answer the questions 3.
But yeah, it's interesting.
To continue the podcast, you must solve the riddle of Loki.
Every week.
It's kind of like Mirror's Edge as well, because you have wall running and stuff like that, and it's very fast. So I'm excited to play a full version of this. The demo only gives you like a couple tiny areas. It took about probably 10 minutes to go through, but I'm excited to see how that goes. And it looked nice even on my fairly low end rig at this point. So yeah, it was cool.
What is your rig? A 1060?
I think that's right. That sounds right.
Okay. I don't know what the average Steam rig is, but I feel like you might be around average.
Right, I figured that it's probably around there by now. I also went back and played some of the Indivisible update, the paid DLC.
Yeah, the Rosmi challenges.
Yeah, that's a bunch of challenges for Indivisible. Some are platforming, some are combat. The UI for it's not great. I'm honestly just not going to play it until either they fix it or the PS5 comes out and helps a little bit.
No, it is that bad, Casey.
Mark that off your bingo cards.
It's so each challenge you can get a rank between bronze and gold. It doesn't tell you how fast you need to complete the challenge to get a gold, because it's all just based on speed. It doesn't give you any indication for how fast it is. If you finish the challenge, it boosts you all the way back to the menu to select the challenge. So you have to load back to that menu and then load back in if you didn't get the rank you wanted.
That seems bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
No.
Mike Z, you don't give us fast travel and you give us this?
Actually, fast travel might be in the game. I don't know. I haven't checked.
I don't think that was in the update, but who knows?
Okay.
Maybe one day.
I like the idea of us continuing to ask for it for 2 years after it's in.
That's me. I also tried the new mode for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, where you go
yeah. And KZ actually forgot to talk about that last time.
Yeah, like here was my quick experience. Very quick.
Uh-huh.
did the assemble the characters on the map, so you can like make your own battle encounters. And I went, all right, this is really neat. You can just fight the second sister, like the main villain or whatever her name is.
Yeah,
you can just spawn 5 of them onto the map.
Very good.
And they all attack you. They all attack you at once, and all their voice lines go off at the same time. Very funny. Died immediately. Tried to do New Journey Plus, because that's one of the things I wanted when the game came out, was a New Game Plus option. Turned on the new outfit for your main character, the Inquisitor outfit. Moved around, looked at the way the game looked, and ran and went, I'm going to save this for PS5. But Bob, how was your experience?
All I played was the new combat rooms that they made. I didn't go make my own. I wasn't that interested in making my own trap. It's super weird because some of those descriptions they have for the stages aren't at all what's in them. Like, one of the stages is like such and such planet. You fight the Purge Troopers. I go through it. I go through all 5 waves. There's not a single Purge Trooper in it.
What?
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's just wrong. They fucked it up.
I don't think that they're properly scaled for each of the things. Like, I think it just shows it at random. Like, each mission might just be a set difficulty without thinking, okay, maybe the left to right should be like, they get harder as you choose the missions going farther to the right. Instead, the first mission seemed insanely hard. I went to the second mission, cleared it after like 2 attempts. Also, it'll do things like group a bounty hunter with giant spider monsters, and the bounty hunter will talk to the spider monsters as if they're on his side. I'm like, what?
Don't give up hope, spider.
It's like, you got him on the ropes.
And it's like,
it's strange. They also are supposed to do a lot of rebalancing with the way that the attacks and things work in that game. And I feel like it's a little different and might feel a little tighter, but I need to do a back-to-back comparison. And honestly, the game still runs pretty bad, so I'm just waiting for the PS5.
Yes.
I heard, Bob, that we don't need new content.
We definitely don't.
I don't think I've heard anything so wrong than that.
That's fair.
Except maybe when the people saying that for PS3 gen.
That's true. The PS3 was even more ludicrous.
That was truly dire.
I think maybe the statement that video games aren't going to look better than what we saw during Inside Xbox.
Well, that's true, Casey. That other shit that we're going to talk about later was all fake. It was a pre-rendered video they told you was a demo, and they just lied.
Yeah.
They just lied, of course.
There's no way games can look that good.
Let's see. I played some Wonderful 101.
Yeah.
I did too.
So did I.
We have 3 people who talked about
I
that.
almost beat it.
Okay, maybe I'll talk about the other thing I have before that, so we can just loosely transition.
Good plan.
Yeah, that would be great.
I played Skullgirls. I went back to that because I wanted to try out Mike Z's new netcode options, because I noticed on Steam it's like your time is not here yet, PS4 and Switch players, but the patch is out for PC to play with all of those features to tell you if someone's on Wi-Fi and how bad jitter is. And that game feels really nice online. That's still, like, it's super impressive. I did a couple rounds this morning and was like, this is great. I don't think I've had a better online fighting game experience than I had today, which is crazy. And, it got announced for Evo, so people are playing it again. I think it's doubled in players, like, today because of that announcement. So that's cool.
Got to de-rust.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of rust on those. I played more Trials of Mana, but, we've already talked plenty about that on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there.
So I guess it's Wonderful 101 time.
How wonderful.
I think I have a good idea here. Dan, here's what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
At the start here. You should ask each person very quickly what they think of the game, and then we can go from there. Just a quick question of like, did you like it? Because I feel like the questions, the answers will vary between people.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
How's Wonderful 101 treating you?
This game's still a weirdly frustrating game. I feel like it probably shouldn't be focused on combat. I also constantly feel like, okay, maybe once I unlock the next thing, things will start to make sense. And I know that I've beaten that game and had that thought all the way through it once.
And you're enjoying the second time around having that thought all the way through?
No.
Oh.
It still has some fantastic writing in it. I completely forgot.
In terms of presentation, it's ridiculously high.
I completely forgot the E3 reference where one of the guys is like, in the convenience of time, God, it was the exact line they used in those Call of Duty trailers where they fade to black and say something like, for the sake of time, we skipped this.
Yeah.
A boss monster literally says that to you and runs away.
Yeah, it's Vorkin, funny. Isn't it?
He's the guy with the big sword and the teeth.
Oh, Lambo.
Okay. There's just constantly something pretty funny happening in that game. And it's great from that angle. But everything else. So move on.
Hey, Phil. How's Wonderful 101 treating you?
It's really great. I remembered the 750 mechanics that nothing in the entire game even hints at existing.
Oh, that's important. Bunny Must Die has that situation too.
I remembered that there's leveling in the game, which was important to remember, because nothing tells you.
Oh, yeah, that seems kind of important.
I remembered that it's just... This Wonderful 101 is a game that it feels like Hideki Kamiya made exactly the game he wanted.
And no one else.
Keyword being he wanted. An insane person who spends all his free time playing Space Harrier.
That would make sense given his tweets explaining the mechanics and then making another tweet saying, only 17 people know how to play my game.
Is he an indie dev? That seems like a tweet a jilted indie dev makes.
He's probably proud only 17 people figured it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying here. That sounds like...
I feel like it's not even that. I feel like he literally just kept strapping things in because he was like, this still isn't fun. And he kept putting things in and eventually it stuck for him. Because that's kind of almost exactly what he said in an interview on that Iwata Asks.
I really like... Once I knocked all the rust off and figured out and remembered all the fucking stupid things the game doesn't tell you. Like, did you guys know you can recruit enemies?
No,
I don't remember that. But
when they're the tiniest ones and the medium-sized ones, the ones that have like the big glowing fists. When they're about to explode, if you loop them, you recruit them.
What?
Yeah.
What?
When like they're when they're turning purple and they're gonna explode. Yeah, there's the leveling system, which is how you get moves, and which is why a lot of people don't know that the hammer, whip, and claw all have the uppercut, the spin, and the stinger, because it's based on using them. Most people don't know the way you can just get the most expensive items in the game for free. That really helps.
What?
Yeah, the space vegetables you pick up, the space carrots, peppers, and eggplants? There's like a mixer in your inventory. It's like the one in Bayo 2. That might have been in Bayo 1. Was it in Bayo 1?
That was in Bayo 1 as well.
Well, if you put 30 of each, which is the maximum you can put into the thing, if you put 30 of each, you get a credit card. You get Major Nelson's credit card. And it lets you buy any item in the store for free.
What?
And it's really easy to get like 4 or 5 of them over the course of the game. Yeah, there's a lot of mechanics that are very important. Like, guess what makes the game a lot better? If you make that from the start and buy hero time, the equip block that gives you witch time.
I'm deflating.
Yes. I really like Wonderful 101. Once you complete your doctoral thesis and figure out how to play the fucking game, it's real fun. It's also Platinum's best story with incredible localization and performances from the voice actors, featuring what I think is probably Quentin Flynn's best performance in anything.
Who's he in that?
He's Prince Vorkin.
Okay.
Which makes it really funny when you get to the last fight with him and he starts doing the Jack the Ripper voice.
Forgot. That's really good.
So, I guess my question remains, KZ, how is Wonderful 101 treating you?
The Wonderful 101 has crashed 9 times on me. This includes 7 normal traditional PS4. This application has closed. We're filling the meter crashes. And 2, we tried to load the next area you went to, so we did the swoop motion blur thing, but it locked up 10 frames in and is frozen. It will not react for the next 5 minutes. Just close the app. Going through the action and the gameplay of the game, I kept going, no, it's not actually bad. I just don't get it yet. My brain hasn't gotten big enough yet. At the moment, I think this game sucks. Like, real bad.
I have no idea why they sent this digital versions out. There must be a day one patch for when it actually becomes available on sale that you just don't have, which would make no sense. Why would they give it out? But that has to be it.
Going through the game's general combat and everything, I went, oh, okay, I remember. You turn into the pudding thing and you can block stuff. But the block only lasts a second, and every enemy's wind-up looks stupid, so you do it too early and then you get punished for it, or you did it too late, or... Here's a mechanic for that, KZ, that will enlighten you.
What things you can block are based on how many guys you have.
Yeah, I did learn that later this week, and that seemed psychotic, as well as the fact that maybe we shouldn't do an action-style game with enemy tells and all of that. If you're gonna do this game, you need to give the most obvious bright tells ever, because this is like a Pikmin-esque game where it's zoomed out. I didn't even know certain enemies were coming at me because I'm trying to...
Yeah, you kept getting bashed by the little motherfuckers, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm getting bashed by fucking everything. Because sometimes I don't know the block's going to work, or I didn't have enough guys, so my block didn't work at all. Just all of that is just...
Don't you love that every guy flies in a million directions when you take a hit, so it becomes, I took a hit. The real punishment here is they have to run around the map.
Yeah, so now I have to run around the map trying to get more people, and then if I try to block while getting them, well, I didn't have enough people because I haven't recovered them yet. So it's run, die, run, defend, die anyway. And also the game looks surprisingly ugly in a lot of ways. They did not. This game was meant to be seen at 720p. Yeah, there was no remastering at all.
Yeah, there was no remastering. I think there was, but only in the insanest little bullshit ways. I'm pretty sure they changed what price a lot of things are in the store.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said that, or at least for those 2 things.
I think there was other things. I think they made some things more expensive, and I think they actually reduced the drops of the space vegetables so you couldn't just get all the most expensive shit really fast.
Then the way the ranking in that works, where like you go through the thing and then they rank you based on like how you did. And a couple of times I'm like, okay, we just went through that. I'd like to retry it. And sometimes the checkpoints are weird and will just lock me out of doing it. Sometimes they'll give you the result. They give you the results for something. Good, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and hit retry so I can get it again. It throws me back 8 minutes before where I was at.
It has the same has there been any Platinum game that that let you actually easily retry segments? I don't think any have. Maybe Astral Chain?
Astral Chain is a nightmare to try to redo any of the levels.
Okay,
just specific mini game nesting, some of them.
Bayo 1, it's like, fuck you, close the game and reload.
Yeah, no, they very much want you to play as a level, not as a individual thing.
Yeah, they want you do it do it all perfect.
I remember having a better time getting higher ranks in Revengeance than I did any other Platinum game I've tried doing that in.
I guess it did have rankings.
Yeah, it did.
I know
which I believe was just an automatic best rank if you just didn't take damage.
In Bayonetta, they let you complete or retry the Alfheim challenges and stuff really easily, but everything else is very much okay.
Yeah, they have that in this. They have this in this the Kaku Rega.
But do you have an easy way to retry that?
Yeah, you can just go back in if you fail it.
Okay,
it's like a portal. Which you find by hammering the ground in random spaces that you would never ever think of hammering.
I wanted to come into this really pumped because I had convinced myself that this game was actually really good. And
it is once you play it for 45 hours and learn the 750 different mechanics.
I have never felt so debilitatingly weak in a game and not understanding it Like it's one tier worse than when I first tried a Souls game.
Wow.
And had to learn what they expect of me in that. Because I'm like, this is like an action, one of those platinum action game things, except everything is wrong.
Am I just a game journo cuck and forgot how to play action games?
And then I was like, what if they just made this game for no one?
I mean, that's what they did. Like,
and that was
there are parts of this game that are alarmingly difficult, considering I feel everything about it is meant to bring in kids visually.
Yeah, the visuals, the music, the way things look, the general aesthetic and the music and the tone they're going for, I think is great.
This game is
and then I have to play
viciously difficult. Like there later parts that are just insidious.
I remember my first time through the Vorkin fights were just awful. Like, I felt like it was probably the Platinum's worst ever rival fight.
They're real good when you know all the mechanics. Nothing teaches you. It's a fucking problem.
It's like they made a game backward.
What is that dude's name? Chip Cheesem. He works for Volition, and he does like really highly edited Let's Plays where he shows off all the content of the game and like high level mechanics and stuff. I think he said he had to practice this game like 200 hours before he could do that playthrough.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's just everything about it kind of just things felt wrong. Things didn't come out the way I expected them to. Even doing the stinger doesn't feel consistent.
Oh yeah, you know how you can you can smack people with your guys and then attach they like hang on them and punch.
What's the secret point?
That's lock on.
That's lock on.
That's lock on. Also, if you get enough guys on them, it will stagger them and make them slow and shitty. But yeah, it's lock on.
That's crazy.
The last thing I wanted to mention was the Wii U rooms, where you would go inside some sort of structure or something, and then they would make you do the gamepad stuff. Yeah. For the PS4 version, they tied to the touchpad. You can either press a button to have it do a picture-in-picture, or a specific mode where both are on screen the whole time, and you can slide the touchpad left and right to give priority to them. I did the one where it was the baseball. That shit's real bad. The camera was atrocious.
Yeah, the camera in those.
God, I wish they just deleted them and just put something else, because it's just not good.
That's the worst one. There are ones later that aren't. They're so trivial. I wish they had just
added. This game actually really, really bad, and did it get like the cult classic bump alongside it was on the Wii U? Because I was like, what?
No, but I don't blame anybody for bouncing off it. I don't know why they did that. And they got the chance to fix it and didn't. I'd have appreciated it if they had even made an attempt, even had like a new menu option that's just a movie explaining this shit.
Yeah, they seemingly just went, all right, here's a studio to port it, and then kind of just went with there. I don't necessarily regret pledging to it, because I know there are plenty of people who do understand the systems who could enjoy it, so I'm glad that they have an opportunity to appreciate the intricacies of whatever the fuck this is. I'm gonna keep chipping away at it, hoping I'm wrong and that it's secretly good.
Don't worry, KZ. You can wait for that day one patch, and I will stream it and showcase many of the mechanics that nothing fucking tells you. And maybe that will help.
I'm going to be honest. I was going to come in here and say, if I had to rate it now, still having not beaten it, I'd give it like 5.5. When you started explaining shit, out of spite, I just want to give it like a 2. It's just like all of these mechanics make me so upset.
Did you buy the incredibly important thing that they did not make cheap, which is Speedliner, which like quadruples the speed you draw?
This game sucks. It sucks. I'm sorry. You tried some stuff, but it sucks. It just fucking sucks.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
If you were to give this game a score based on playing through it originally and now playing through a decent chunk again, where would you put it? Bob sighs as his soul leaves his body.
It's really hard.
Okay.
It'd probably sit around a 6 or so, but I could be convinced, or I could be talked up because of the
I've watched Bob play so much of this game, and I've never once had the. I played like 10 minutes just in case. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. No.
Again, I always just go read the Iwata interview. It's really enlightening.
Oh yeah, no, that thing's funny.
I think video game mid.
Yeah, I'd give since I have put more hours into it than a rational human being, I'd give it a 9. Because I remembered all the things that make it a good game that is even remotely approachable.
Okay, it's not that.
It's not that. Like everything you've said it isn't that.
Oh no, I remembered the things that make it a game you can play instead of something you just get frustrated and cry because you don't know what's going on.
The way you describe that is like one step away from, this level in one of those like level editor games like Mega Man Maker's really good now that I found the dev exit.
It's not a dev exit. It's just like it's the level of like, I'm playing Wizardry 8. It fucking sucks. I die instantly. What do I do? It's like, oh, what you have to do is you have to slam your face into it for 40 hours until you figure out what's good and what isn't. And then you can actually play the game.
This is that children's game about superheroes, right?
Yeah, I'm so upset that by far Platinum's best story with their best jokes and dialogue and the best performances is in a game that actively wants you to die.
I really appreciate that Kamiya's like, yeah, we wanted to use Nintendo characters and they said no. That's still really funny to me.
Yeah.
Because once I heard that, I was like, oh, I could see exactly why you would. Okay.
Yeah, no, like the red would be Mario, blue would just be Link.
Because he can block fire. I don't know if Casey figured that out. The hand is immune to flame.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
I gotta fucking get out of here.
What?
I respect anyone who enjoys this. That's real good. It's real solid, but oh my god!
There's enemies that have fire breath. If you pull out the hand, he'll like do a palm thing, and it'll block the fire, and your guys will all bunch behind him, and they won't get burned.
This game is the mechanics version of Shadowgate.
Like I have completely beaten this game before, and then continued to play it afterwards and do the extra stuff. I didn't know this. I didn't know that at all.
Okay, either way, I think our audience has a pretty good idea how we all feel. Or at least you three. I haven't played the game, so I get to sidestep all of this.
I look forward to you playing it so you can talk about it next week.
Whatever, I played 10 minutes. That's enough. Anyway. Hey, KZ, what have you been playing?
We did the Halo stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bob didn't actually mention that we played Halo, but we played Halo.
We played a lot of Halo.
We played a lot of Halo multiplayer. It's really great.
Did 70% of the campaign of Halo 5 because I didn't know that you're actually doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't occur to me that I could just jump in with you on that stream. I did that. It felt all right. It was like it was like serviceable campaign, except for the part where it crashed. But
it was serviceable until it didn't service. Yes.
What about the part where you fought the warden like 20 times?
I thought that was really funny because every time we fought him, except for the last time, we just melted him in 8 seconds. That was great. The best one being I sequence broke by going too far forward so that I was exactly behind where he would spawn without knowing. And when he started spawning, I just unloaded the biggest, heaviest gun in the level into his back.
Yeah, I think the first time we ran into him, I still had the Spartan laser, so I unloaded it 4 times, and I'm like, okay, he's dead, let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine if Destiny bosses were that.
God, could you imagine Vault of Glass? Hello, I'm the Vex Mind. Oh no, 4 people walked into my room and shot me.
I'm just thinking of the Taken King raid, King's Fall, where I've never beaten that raid. I grouped up like 4 separate occasions. That dude is big and he was scary at the time, and people were like, "We don't have the DPS for it. We can't do it." Just imagining, the whole squad going in and just glassing them would be fucking insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was serviceable. After watching you go through Halo 4, it was nice to look at a bunch of action-packed cutscenes that actually were enjoyable to see.
Instead of like weird lore bending.
God.
Yeah, it looked like someone directed those scenes who wanted to direct the thing.
Yes.
Yeah, they liked watching
And
Avengers.
And I can enjoy some dumb action. I can enjoy people like doing kickflips off dudes and
Having played a bit of Halo Reach since playing Halo 4 and 5, man, Halo Reach has a much stronger art direction than Halo 4. Halo 4 really does look like a weird discordant visual aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, someone said, Microsoft, hire this man. Reach's aesthetic much stronger, and at 60 frames per second looks gorgeous. You hit Halo 4, it looks like a mess. The aesthetic the visuals have aged pretty poorly. You hit 5, much better. Like, it's a funner game to play, even if it's still just combat rooms, and not as good as Halo 3. Plot's terrible because virtually nothing happens. And what does happen is really bad. Not a fan of Halo.
Aside from... we experienced the trying to get Halo Master Chief Collection on PC, getting that working.
Oh, yeah. We needed to use Xbox Beta, which is an app. Bob, unfortunately, was using the Xbox Companion app. He should have used the app that was called Xbox
work
Beta.
With Game Pass, and all of them let you download Halo.
No,
to some extent.
the Xbox Companion app doesn't let me download Halo. I had to use the Microsoft Store app. That let me download Halo.
Is that different from the Xbox Beta app?
Yes, that's a separate app. That's just the standard Windows app with all installations of Windows.
That's app number 3. Cool.
Yes.
We downloaded it. We attempted to like play it and everything. And we're like, how do we group up together? It's not working. I click Dan's name, and it says I can't join him. Then we learn you have to hit some button on the top right, like click it twice, and then there's the room options.
Yeah, for some reason, yeah, it was real bad. Strangers can join your match even if you have it set to friends only, but friends can't join your match if you have it set to invite only. Figure that out.
Yeah, friends only is wrong, in case you were wondering, Phil. It's just a lie.
Yeah, literally anyone with your name on Xbox Live can join you, which works great for this, multiplayer thing I like to do with the Discord and Twitter and stuff. But still, it should have the
thing you want.
Right. There should be a third option that says let anyone in, unlock my front door. Not this is friends only. It's where random people could show up.
Right. Oh, God.
It was a mess. We did a little bit of Reach, and then we did Halo 2. I like Halo 2 a lot.
Halo 2 is really good.
Multiplayer. I played through that, and I want to play more of that.
Yeah.
Of all the Halo-related things that I played between 5, 2, and Reach, I think 2 is several tiers above those.
Let me tell you, you're gonna love 3 when it finally hits on PC because it's like 2 but better.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not, here's a drastic change, here's a new idea that ruins it. It's just 2 but better.
I kind of like how it's basic. It doesn't even have a sprint.
Yeah. Once you get to Reach, it adds those special powers, which are sprints and stuff, and it feels like a really, really insanely rough version of Destiny, whereas Halo 2 feels distinct from that. KZ, did you play Halo 2 Anniversary?
No, I didn't. The only time I've played it is with you.
Okay, so we did a thing last night that you weren't up for, because you were literally asleep. Not KZ wasn't game for playing Halo. Bummer, dude.
Yeah.
Halo 2 Anniversary, I want you to imagine somebody tried to remake the exact map in really high quality assets, and then they tried to make it look advanced, so they contrasted the fuck out of it, and you literally can't see anything. Like,
oh no.
You know that level which had the stealth object in the middle? It's like a 2-level tower. It's where we played the King of the Hill crazy mode, where it kept changing where it was.
The King of the Hill crazy, where you accidentally didn't notice that the teams were disabled. So it was 12 people on a King of the Hill map. So it's everyone's throwing fucking grenades onto the point. So everyone's dying. It took 30 minutes for someone to get 2 minutes in there.
It was the funniest shit. It was the funniest shit.
The only person to win is someone who figured out that on one of the points, there's a small little indent in the wall, a little nook that they can back themselves into and start throwing grenades forward.
and survived just a few seconds. It was really good.
Every time I landed on that point, a bullet touched my body within 2 seconds.
Oh yeah,
that's all it took.
You put 1 foot on there, you're lucky if a grenade doesn't go off instantly.
In 30 minutes, I got 30 seconds.
So that level is one of the ones we played on Anniversary. KZ, you can't see anything at all.
Cool.
They contrasted it so much that most of the screen is pure black.
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know if the Xbox looks correct, but this PC version certainly doesn't. So we tried 2 or 3 other levels. Bob and I have come up with the incredibly nuanced take. This suck.
You think video game bad?
Yes, I think a video game remaster bad. This one specifically, what a nightmare.
Oh no.
It's okay. You guys will get to try it whenever we do multiplayer again.
Does this involve 200 hours of learning invisible mechanics to make the remaster good?
You need to find the night vision goggles to see anything.
It's okay. Just install a LUT on your monitor, and then you can color grade it again to bring it back and have natural roll off in your shadows instead of half of my screen is perfectly black.
You turn up the gamma?
Bob did that.
I did that.
He literally couldn't see, so he did that. Then we went to a bright level, and he was blinded.
Yeah, we went to regular Halo 2, and I was blinded.
Right. That's right.
There aren't any bright levels.
There aren't any.
In that. If you're going to play that mode, just turn up that gamma like crazy. It's so bad. Oh, also, I got newfound respect for the Epic Game Store today because I used the Xbox Game Store on PC, and that's a nightmare.
So what you're saying is as much as people give the Epic Game Store, we should give props to it for at least not being as bad as the Xbox on PC experience?
Yes.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, you can give it props. It finally recovered after being hammered by everyone trying to get the free game on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Kind of a big deal. Okay, Phil, you said you were going to... What'd you do with Reach? You were playing the campaign?
Yeah, I played the campaign, and it's stunning how much 343 is just like, let's make Reach twice more, but bad.
Yes.
That's all I could think playing through the campaign. I'm like, this seems so much like what they were trying to do in 4 and 5, but just bad.
You know, I was thinking...
Are there QuickTime events in that?
No.
Oh.
I was thinking about it. You play Reach, you play Destiny, you get that experience you get from Bungie games where it's like you make it to the end of the level, the cutscene plays, and it picks up from where you ended up at the end of the level, right? You play Halo 4 and 5, you reach the end of some field, it cuts and you're somewhere else, and you're doing a thing in a completely new area you haven't been to. It's so jarring and so stiff and bad. Like, it's all so piecemeal and disjointed. I like Reach. It's pretty decent. I'm looking forward to playing through that again. So did you play the whole thing?
No, only like 70% of it.
Hey, that's a decent chunk.
Here's the thing I learned that upset me a little bit. It didn't feel that great because it puts delay on you if you're playing the online co-op. That upset me a little bit because I was like, some guns feel like they don't fire as soon as I pull the trigger.
Huh.
That turns out it's because the online co-op is built on Bungie's original multiplayer netcode or framework.
Huh, weird. I didn't think that was delay-based, but interesting.
Add rollback.
Do you know what rollback in a shooter would look like?
Yeah, I want to see
Put the bullets back in the gun.
Can I get some GGPO in my in Destiny 3?
To be fair, most shooter netcode is, Delta based. So to some extent they do have rollback. But most people don't experience that unless they're playing on like satellite internet, like DSL or a really spotty connection. So,
Dissel.
What was it? One of the neat tidbits you get from watching postmortems on Halo is they're like, the reason the animation for you throwing a grenade takes so long is because people are a lot more forgiving if we retcon it in the middle of them trying to throw the grenade. If the server goes, you were dead before you actually hit that button, so you're dead and that grenade never came out. They thought people would be a lot more forgiving of that. Meanwhile, if they made the animations like 3 frames, then people would have noticed it deleted the grenade while it was in midair.
Oh, no.
That's pretty funny. I liked the one, I forget what it was. It was for the first game, one of the developers talking about how he said, melee attacks are this many frames. If you add a single more frame, I'll know. And he did.
Yeah.
He went like for a long weekend and came back and there was one more frame. And he's like, no, I can tell.
Yeah. And then you play the fucking 343 shit and it feels awful. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the anniversary version even suck, Bob? Like the melee in that just sucks.
I don't remember if the anniversary edition was messed up. I
just remember when we switched from Halo 2 to some of the other stuff.
The only one I just remember is distinctly being bad is Halo 1's multiplayer online, which I think is because it's Gearbox.
Yeah, probably. They're like, we added some frames. Hope you don't mind. But who knows? Anyways, so you're enjoying Reach?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I also beat Halo 1, and I'll probably beat Halo 2 in the next week.
Halo 1. So much game. They really provided you value, don't you think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That there was a lot of value in the library level. An enormous amount.
Yes.
As much as you could complain about 2 having a lot of defend this thing against waves of enemies, Halo 1's ending is just that. Nonstop. 60% of the game. It's real rough. I think you'll enjoy Halo 2's campaign a lot more. I can't imagine you not.
Continue the fight.
No. Halo 2's pick another fight.
Isn't that Halo 4 start a new fight?
Yes.
And Evil Awakens.
You might notice a pattern here.
Stop.
It's dire. Did you play anything else, Gazy?
Yeah, I jumped back into Destiny 2 upon finishing Halo 5 and going, yeah, let's detox now. And, man, I forgot how much I enjoyed Destiny's gameplay. If I was to think of, like, definitive shooters I like, I'd probably put Doom, the modern Doom stuff, and Destiny.
Yeah.
I just like how everything feels. I didn't even do campaign stuff. I just jumped into the PvP, did a bunch of that, and it just feels perfect. And that's why I can't wait for PS5 when I can see what perfect at 60 frames a second is like.
I sincerely hope Destiny 2 just gets a 4K 60 mode on PS5. That would be... It looks so good. Or even a 1080p 120 hertz mode, because holy shit, I've seen that on PC. It looks tight.
Even on the Pro, this looks really good.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's very just impressive how they've handled that. But yeah, there's not much to say about it, except I fell into Destiny really hard when I played the Taken King, and then when I played 2, and this is still really, really solid. That's everything I've played.
Okay. Phil, is there anything you didn't talk about?
The only thing I want to talk about is the Legends of Runeterra, since the first expansion came out when it released for real. It's already starting to go down the Hearthstone road that made me quit playing Hearthstone.
Oh no!
How is it already doing
launched. It officially launched.
There were two primary things that made me quit playing Hearthstone. One was just every card gives you something random. It isn't doing that yet.
It's not Mario Party yet.
But it is doing the thing I didn't like, where it has added a deck type where what your opponent is doing doesn't matter. All you do is single-mindedly chase the thing. It's almost like Exodia in Yu-Gi-Oh! It doesn't matter what you do, I just have to get Exodia. They added this mechanic called Deep, which is when your deck has less than 15 cards in it, it's a 40 card deck. You are now deep because the new expansion was based on pirates in the ocean.
Oh. And
cards that are, first of all, there's 2 champions related to deep. One is I'm 15/15 and take less damage from everything. Also, all your monsters are now free to play. That's what that champion gets once you're deep. And the other one is, I destroy the opponent's deck. He has 4 cards now. And you get deep by playing cards that throw away cards from your deck. And there's nothing you can do against it. It's luck. If they get the cards they need to get themselves deep, you lose. And if they don't, you win. And that's what Hearthstone did with the quest system, where every class got a quest that you had to do something to get a game-winning card. And it's just so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
How about you just make a normal card game?
Yeah,
No.
that's. But the other mechanic called Plunder is real neat, which is just Plunder is if you deal damage to the enemy's health, the player's health, and then play a Plunder card after it gets an additional effect. Because they're pirates, so one will be like the pirate will get more stats, or it'll be like take the top card of the opponent's deck. Well, if you plundered that turn, you get to take 2 cards from the top of their deck. So that's neat. It's a mixed bag. I'll keep playing it until they annoy me with either randomness or autopilot.
Yar.
I think that's everything everybody's played.
Possibly. Probably. I almost bought Freedom Planet on the PS4.
So you can play it on PS5?
No, so I could play it in general. Then I looked up the trophies, and it's the worst trophy set I've ever fucking seen, so I didn't buy it. That's how bad it was.
How?
Oh, no.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to tell me some good ideas for some trophies from Freedom Planet, since you've played Freedom Planet and you have a vague idea of the modes.
Well, beat the campaigns with each of the characters.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Maybe some sort of like, I think there's like a time attack. Beat these levels under par time.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe
there could be a couple cute ones like, beat this boss with this move or whatever.
Yeah, or maybe even ones tying to the secret cutscenes, where if you hold the C button during certain cutscenes, they say deleted content, and it's funny.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that existed.
That's a thing in the game. You want to hear what the trophies actually are?
Yeah.
Sure.
Trophy name: Starter Pants. Unlock 1 badge. Trophy 2: Hero Pants. Unlock 5 badges. Trophy 3: Freedom Pants. Unlock 10 badges. Noticing a pattern. Trophy 4: Heroic Pants of Freedom. Unlock 20 badges. Trophy 5: Planetary Pants of Heroism. Unlock 30 badges. Trophy 6: Planetary Pants of Heroic Freedom. Unlock 40 badges. And the final trophy, Galaxy Trail Award for Persistence in Pants Collection. Unlock all badges.
What are badges?
It has its own internal achievement system.
Exactly.
It's one of those. And then they're called badges.
Uh-huh. I got all of them in the review. If you go watch the Freedom Planet review, you can see I have every last one. It took a really long time.
So no platinum for this? It's just those?
It's just like 9 trophies.
Wow.
7 trophies, 8 trophies. It's
Do you know what I thought it was going to be?
Huh.
Defeat 10,000 enemies.
Yeah, though, that was the sphere.
Dude, it kind of feels like that when it's these badges. These badges are kind of annoying.
Have the game running for 150 hours.
That's how it feels, though. Like, I don't sit there and go, hey, I can beat the game with this character, and that's fun, and then I'll get a trophy. That'll be neat. No, I have to sit there and think, there's that internal achievement system, and now it's not even like do a unique one of these. It's do 1 or 5 or 10 or 20.
That was like a weird trend. Remember how Mega Man 9 has that?
Yeah, Mega Man 9 has that because it was on the Wii, and the Wii doesn't have an achievement system.
What might be the stupidest achievement in anything ever. Beat the game 5 times in 1 day.
That's dumb.
Yes, I forget what it's called. I need to look it up now.
That's so dumb.
It had this stupid name like Gamer Day or something.
Gamer Day! Wait, don't!
Shit,
I
man.
hate you. Oh, no.
Okay.
What was it?
Well, whatever. You can look it up while we
Gamers
talk about...
Day. It's called Gamers Day. Clear the game 5 times in 1 day.
That's so stupid. Why would you?
You got to go get that trophy.
No, I don't. That's terrible.
No, I'd rather fucking slam my head in a door than play Mega Man 9 even 1 additional time.
Don't do that. That's how Wesker died.
Well, that's enough of this. Let's talk about the Podlords.
The Podlords!
It is the Podlords!
I'm sorry in advance if there's
Lords.
a Pinko face in there.
Yeah, you should be. That's right, the Podlords. Podlords such as Danny Richardson, E. Lee Broyles, Good Gotcha, Corey Brown, Dank Mormons, Dan Zunbakto, Notgak, Red Blaze 27, Regular Old Jucifer, Suzu Shiro, Emperor Zero, the pirated copy of Racing Stripes that GameStop refused to buy from me and won't let me forget. Oh God, he's here, sweet Jesus!
Oh no!
Oh no!
It stalks her everywhere, apparently. Because every time we touch, I feel the bandies, and every time we boys, I swear I can Tom. There we go. That's what you wanted when you made that. Anyway. Oh, this is so bad. This is so.
It's starting.
Oh no!
America, hire this man.
No! Maybe? I don't know.
No!
Logan Paul, save us.
Oh God.
Dark Side Phil, save us!
No, this is even darker.
No,
You two-
he's Secretary of Defense.
We have to Lady Popscorn because she's still mad about the popcorn ruining her teeth.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh. Lady Pop
thought-
Scorn and atmospheric adventure made by software.
That's what.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Matty Moe would have been your daddy.
Oh.
I'm tired of being an essential employee, so I'm retiring this bit. My apologies. It's okay. We understand. Hey, people. Gary here.
That's great. I love that. That's fantastic.
It is really good. It's about as good as the 101 no cheese sauce only pizzas gamer. Oh, that's dire, KZ.
I wouldn't wish that fate on anyone.
Nothing like that.
I have no evidence of that.
Don't make me order a pizza.
Please don't order a pizza. I don't want to see what sort of crime you commit.
Hold on. I'm ordering a pizza.
WTF
No.
Spider-Man.
Actually, I guess it would just be like a vegan pizza, probably.
Goo Goo Gaga. The big think dimension is full of degenerate males, Goo Goo Gaga.
Oh my god.
Oh, of
Look
course.
what you did.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
It's fine.
Looks more like a baby than their drawn baby.
It's fine. She'll probably be dead within the next couple streams.
Quarantine cuisine.
Yeah.
Gabagool.
Unknown artwork. This is a nightmare to say. I'm gonna try my best. Ah ha ha ha! Carnaldino soccer!
Of course.
That's great. Fantastic.
All right, that meme sucks because all it is just the logo appearing in ha 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 Ronaldinho soccer. But every time he laughs, I'm gone. I fucking die. 'Cause you got to imagine that guy who gets to go into a studio and is like, you just have to laugh and say your name with soccer. Here, have $10,000.
Yeah, he's like, how much am I getting paid? The end of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 Remake will have the vision of BAM become real and push Tony towards the BAM Wins timeline made with Unreal Engine 5.
Yes, I would die. I would be so happy if there was any acknowledgement to that stupid image.
And then, yeah, we have their profile picture is the Tony Hawk timeline. It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Tony gets really into racing for some reason.
Yes.
Yes.
2 weeks remain. Oh, that is ominous as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Me and KZ know what it is, or what I think it is. We'll see if I'm right.
This one was a little difficult to see, so I enhanced it in Photoshop. One moment.
Zoom, enhance, rotate.
Yeah, basically. Beware, KZ, for Dan has summoned his stand, Lock the Chesto, and it's a picture of a Halo multiplayer match where one of the Master Chiefs is floating like a stand.
Okay, dude, to explain the context feel, I was going down a corridor in one of the Halo 2 maps. I killed the dude in white armor, and he flies up or to the side or something. I push forward, right in his place Dan appears in the exact same armor, holding the exact same weapon, and kills me. So I felt like I was going insane.
He was inside your eyeball.
Yes! DFW3K picks it up for the return of Tony Hawk and Ska.
That was great.
Yes.
That's great. I like that a lot.
Fucking Goldfinger did Superman, like the quarantine version. It was great. They were just all in their house and they recorded the track again.
That's pretty good. Muckbun. Voltic.exe doesn't have a bit this week. Essential work in Big Sicky has drained me. I wish people could read. Don't we all? And that would be really helpful with today's controversy over whether or not graphics are real. Anyways, a shiny Mew is not hiding behind this innocuous truck.
I don't believe him.
I don't know, Bob. That could be anything. That's not definitely Mew's tail underneath that truck.
Probably not.
Probably not. Santi Kunai. Chase Ray. Okay, you guys. I'm going to read it. I don't want to, but I'm going to post the picture and read it. At a wedding, situation very dire. Shirt or floor, asking for a friend.
Oh, no!
Stop invading my podcast.
No, absolutely not. I respect anyone who hides in a closet to eat chocolate.
More than once.
God damn it. The Taco Bell dog. Yes, the dog is alive, just currently slumbering within Dan's heart.
The data dog is in Dan's heart. We gotta get a fucking replica to get the data dog out. It'll have to save KZ when he's fighting fucking Wendy.
Fast Food Kingdom Hearts is great.
Does Wendy just look like Hollow Ichigo?
No, Wendy looks like Clarksine. It's really unsettling.
Nothing has hurt me more than realizing that, yes, nothing really prepared me for, yes, this is the Bleach podcast era, from being reminded of Hollow Ichigo.
What do you mean Hollow Ichigo's great? They put him in DMC Devil May Cry. It's so great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you to death.
Bleach soon, boyos. Bleach now? Question mark? Unsure.
We know.
We know. Please stop reminding us. Their name this week is just nice. That's it.
That's because they know what number this is.
Thank you. Thank you for being on top of that.
Oh,
Ichibel Quesorito.
Yes!
That's really good.
It's quite the celebration we're having here.
Renji uses his Shikai, but it's like a burrito that keeps extending.
No, I don't need that.
It should have been an Espada member just so that they had some ridiculous Spanish name.
Ichigo does his Bankai where there's the million petals, but they're tortilla chips.
Scatter Tostito.
Sambato Grande.
Oh, that podcast is gonna rule.
Warning, a huge podlord, Adam Admar, is approaching fast. Skyfire Hero awaits the Red vs. Blue spoiler cast and schemes for the true end of Ruby cast. Just kidding, unless.
No, don't worry. I will veto it with my body.
Stuttering Craig and Handsome Tom's cameo in the 2008 Far Cry movie.
Why?
I didn't know. Did anyone else know?
I didn't know.
No.
That's
I forgot both of them existed until right now.
I keep them in the back of my head. Every now and again, I look at Bob and say, "It's cold, bitch," which is what Stuttering Craig said, waiting in line outside of Best Buy for a PS3.
All I can think of when I see Handsome Tom is, I'm Willow.
All right. Korn, a mighty warrior's adventure developed by Ed Software, set in a nutritious universe of odd grains and somber carbohydrates.
Congratulations for having the most interesting of our cut-in images.
The
Korn is no place for a mighty warrior.
Chomp.
Lathed.
It's quite the fusion of
Why are you
memes.
so good at that?
Look,
Yeah, I know. Why do you sound exactly like that? If people don't know what the reference is, they're just dead. They just flatline during this segment.
look,
How you do it, baby?
Don't explain it.
it's very important to be able to do that voice. It gets you through social situations. Anyways, the only actual unironic Claude Debussy stan. It's a deep cut. Don't worry about it. It's a deep cut.
Yes. It's one of those Danganronpa deep cuts.
Yes.
That's such a deep cut, it's not getting into the video.
Sensei Feel, the captain of the 7th division of Gigasoul Society. I still like it. It's still good. It's still good.
Of course.
Oh, no.
It's so good. And Kyle Bjork. Thank you very much to our podlords.
Thanks, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlord. Sorry for saying Bjork and laugh.
And if you would like to become a podlord, you can go to patreon.com/GVPodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you can get many benefits, such as Cursed Content Club commentary tracks, where we suffer through the bad movie in real time. Cursed Content by Committee, where you get to vote on what bad movie we suffer through in real time. Early access to Mondo Cool and probably Chugging Bleach once we record it. Extended armchair dev pitches, where we get to talk about the actual games we came up with and not just present our collection of knives, and many other benefits. That's patreon.com/GBpodcast.
That's great.
I just hope
Talk
I
about the
don't.
funniest news. Let's
Oh,
talk about
no.
the funniest
Oh, no.
news first.
Well, of course we have
We have a new segment for this week.
Oh, right. We have. I was going to be kind, but fine.
No,
We can pull out our guns.
This is quite a special week. This week we have a new segment called Dan's Insane Reply of the Week.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Dan.
Don't worry, we
Shoot
have
somebody.
two things, but Dan's I've been looking forward to ever since he pitched it.
Now, there were a lot of insane things I read this week. I don't know why. It seemed like a rather easygoing, rational, very straightforward week in gaming news, but it apparently stirred the stir crazies. So I got some pretty good replies. I'm gonna read the runner up first. Dan's runner up for insane reply of the week on twitter.gov. Quote, and I'm not gonna give their handle. PC gaming wasn't really a thing back in the Super NES through PS2 era, so that's really not an argument that's valid in today's generation of hardware, like, at all. Apparently PC gaming didn't exist until Half-Life 2.
That makes sense. That just makes sense.
Yeah, no, apparently Voxandra was pretending to play computers. PCs, nobody played games on them. The entire European microcomputer market didn't exist.
I definitely didn't play Dark Forces or Doom or anything when I was growing.
Yeah. What is that game? What is Doom?
Wolfenstein? Is that...
What is
Foreign
Wing
cinema?
Commander?
No, Wing Commander.
Ultima?
No.
Baldur's Gate?
You know, I was
Unreal Tournament?
I was gonna try to get away with
Wake?
these are all NES and Super NES games, but then you said Ultima, and I was like, or no, you said the other one, Wizardry, and I was like, oh no.
Shadowrun?
Myst,
Age of
Jazz
Empires? That one can stay forgotten.
Yeah, none of those exist because this person, judging by the conversation we had, which I invited people to look at their genius tweets, and then they blocked everyone who followed me or tried. They had a lot of gems like this. Basically, they said PCs have always been more powerful than consoles forever. To which I replied, actually, at the beginning of most generations, that's not true. The PS4 was kind of true, but not when it came to memory capacity. Just what a gem of a tweet. But that didn't win. The award of Dan's Insane Reply of the Week goes to somebody who, quote, retweeted me saying, hearing that Assassin's Creed Valhalla will run at least, quote, at least 30 frames per second on Xbox Series X is a bummer. Turning up the graphics slider won't feel nearly as next gen as 60 frames per second would. That was the original tweet I made. They, quote, retweeted that and said, remember when the Wii U had more 60 frames per second games than any other console? This is the future you guys chose.
So bad.
So by not buying a Wii U, you apparently are complicit in games not being 60 frames per second, ladies and gentlemen. You should all feel awful.
What about the Assassin's Creed that was on there?
That was the main theme of the Wii U. 60 FPS.
Yes, Batman 60, Assassin's Creed 60,
Ninja
Mass
Gaiden
Effect
Razor's Edge.
3.
Pikmin.
Ugh. It's so bad.
It's the worst take I've ever heard.
Phil, how you doing? Did you drop dead? Because I wouldn't blame you if you did.
I'm just running up on a Wii U stand in 2020 is psychotic. I thought even the most insane Nintendo fans had been like, nah, this is kind of bad.
It's just kind of like a Wii U game tablet drops out of their inner pocket in their jacket or vest or something, and it's the equivalent of a gun dropping out of there because everyone around them sees it and panics. They're just like, oh God, he's a psycho, run!
That's how I imagine everybody treated Steven Totio from Kotaku, because he's like, when Pikmin 3 came out, he wrote an article about how he just sat in an airport with the Wii U plugged into the free outlet.
Oh yeah,
played the game on the tablet.
Yeah,
I was like, you should be lucky security didn't escort you out.
Yeah, I think that would be a little weird to see. But that was Dan's insane replies of the week.
Well, all right. That's really great. Phil, prepare the gun.
Do I have to?
Yes, we have to after what happened this week. Unfortunately, we have to do it again.
Can't we do the opposite? We can do the opposite.
You know what? Fine. We'll do it after news.
No, I mean, we could do the opposite bit that we discussed
Okay,
before.
sure.
Okay, well, last week we did here's how Microsoft can still win, because they did a presentation that didn't look very good. This week we have to do the opposite, which is here's how Sony can still lose. And since Dan is the fucking arbiter of history in this category, he gets to go first.
He has too many options.
Sony's been really exceptional at syncing good hardware. You know, first the PSP had so much piracy that game sales didn't exist, and then the Vita was the Vita. Great hardware, except for everything that's wrong with it. I think what's gonna be possible for the PS5 to just not succeed at all, for it to just shit its pants out of the gate and not work. Every first-party title is absolute garbage, and, because that's not enough, and the controllers cost $90. That's what it has to be both. It can't be one or the other. I think that would probably seal the deal if every game is just miserable, not joyous game experiences and run like trash for some reason. If they become the company that turns out 7s on Metacritics, you know, the 7 out of 10s, you know, 70s. That's what's necessary to sink this ship, because as it is right now, they haven't really even showed things off, and things are going great for them. They did the Ghost of Tsushima State of Play. That's the most positive reception anything got this week.
Bob.
Okay, the way that they can lose this is if all the Xbox stands are right, and then Mark Cerny does a second presentation where he's like, yeah, I lied about all that. None of that's in there.
It wouldn't even be. It would be like they're doing the presentation, but he's also in the back with a hot mic.
Yeah, this liar. Did someone put a curse on Mark Cerny, and he now has to come out on stage and just spill the beans? He's like, it's just a Western Digital fucking. It's a Western Digital fucking hard drive. That's all it is. It isn't even a solid state drive. We lied.
It's coded with Excel.
They forget to turn off the mic when he goes to piss. He's like, they fucking believed it, those idiots, as you hear the pee hitting the urinal.
As it hits the urinal, he's like, huh, it has a hard drive and uses memory card.
The games cost $100 because they come on SD cards.
So yeah, that's how they could really screw it up, you know?
God. It seems like something like that's kind of necessary.
AZ.
So, when you get your PS5, and it's going to get reported early by people, you know, people able to get them. They're setting it up. They're linking their account on PSN to their PS5. PS5 somehow has a weird fringe thing in which when you try to sign in with your old PlayStation account, it fucks up and bans you. And it takes them 3 months to figure out how to not do it, how to unban you and fix the problem.
Good lord.
That is pretty rough. I'm not even sure if that's enough.
Yeah, I know. That's it's dire, but is it enough?
Okay. Here's mine.
Okay.
Sony buys into game journalists' horse shit and decides all their first-party games are $100.
Yeah.
Journalists keep saying if you don't want these bad practices, the games are going to have to be double the price.
And please don't pay attention to the fact most of the games with all that horrible shit failed. But yeah, that's how they can still lose. All PS5 games are now $100.
Not even just, there's an edition for $100. That's the standard price. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Gamers have to accept that games are more expensive to make now.
Well, that's how Sony can still lose.
What a nightmare.
What a nightmare. We live in hell. Let's talk about something funny.
What's this Ubisoft news?
Oh, that wasn't what I was going to go to. But sure. Ubisoft said some of the 5 games they have coming out before the end of first quarter next year might be delayed. It's literally just shit might be delayed again. See you later.
All right, sure, that's.
It's
fine.
almost like their games are all made like in 5 different
In
countries.
a year and a half.
Yeah.
and
No.
problems.
What is it? Didn't they say like 12 studios worked on Valhalla?
Yeah, it's insane. Everything is just asset farm after asset farm because they're all gigantic open worlds.
Yeah, they gotta get that content done.
Well, now can I talk about the funny thing?
I thought that was the funny thing, but go ahead and talk about your thing.
Well, we got more information about EVO Online. It will feature none of the original games that were going to be at EVO 2020.
Huh, weird. I wonder why.
It's such a mystery.
Those games will get special 8-player exhibitions, except Smash, which gets nothing and is gone.
Online's so bad they don't even want to use it on the absolute best conditions. Yeah, okay.
Instead, they will be hosting 4 online tournaments. Killer Instinct.
All right.
MK11.
Okay, sure.
Skullgirls.
Hell yes.
And Them's Fightin' Herds, which I believe uses the Skullgirls engine, so technically Mike Z now owns half of EVO.
Mike Z also apparently was there early on in Killer Instinct and was who convinced them to put that in delay-based netcode. I'm sorry, rollback-based netcode.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Feel?
50-foot-tall solid gold Mike Z kicks open Wizard's door and is like, I'm in charge now.
So, what you're trying to tell me, Phil, is that Mike Z inadvertently killed Smash Brothers.
I think Smash owned itself.
Nintendo killed Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers stepped onto its own trap card.
Yeah, I actually picked up a little bit of Fighting Herds this morning and tried to get into it. I'll try and play more of it and talk about it a little bit more next week because I want to. I think that game's starting interesting.
Yeah, I want to try it too. I still haven't. Now that it's a cool Evo game, everybody wants to play it. But before, when it was just a brony game, no one cared.
Yeah, I still don't really care for the designs, but hey, whatever. It's interesting.
The animations are really good.
Yes,
like it looks super fluid. It's last time I saw it, it looked much rougher, but that was a long time ago, of course.
It looks neat, but I mean, I miss the appeal the very original concept had, where I could do Buster Wolf with Applejack. That's something you miss.
Sure. I get that there's an appeal in that for some. I got my first bit of news here. I just want the Xbox to play Halo and not fuck up publicly for once.
Well, that's not going to happen, mister.
Jesus.
Wagging the finger.
It's dire. The fact Halo 5 hard crashed.
Yeah, every time I think about this is the first partiest of first party games we have. We have so many problems, especially with the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, it's their crown jewel. And we're doing our theme month on their games, and it's just consistently shitting its pants. I'm getting tired of it. I'm going to move on to actual news, though. Nvidia announces a GPU on the Ampere, the brand new cutting-edge Ampere architecture. It's not for you, peasant. Move along.
Why is it on this news, then?
Because it's data center stuff, and it's going to be the architecture that fuels their next GPU for normal consumers. But since this thing has such a high-end spec and is so insanely expensive, nothing I can tell you about it is meaningful for you, you know? So that's why I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to talk about that. Also, I can tell the funny anecdote where they're like, using the power of our new AI neural network stuff in the cloud, you can take voice text and animate a face talking to it. And so they animated this face saying words just from text. You know, it synthesized the voice and then it animated the 3D model to go with that, right? Here's the thing, though. The tone of the sentence it was reading was completely flat, like a Siri would be, but worse. And the face on the 3D model was completely expressionless and had cold, dead eyes. And they showed this off, and they were like, this is very cool. And I'm like, actually, it was better before I had this death machine staring at me while coldly delivering this. This is kind of creepy. You put a lot of money into this. Why? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get to positive news. Nintendo Online's adding some more free games like Rygar for the NES and other stuff, but it's also adding Panel Depon, which is Tetris Attack in Japan. So I guess I can play Panel Depon with some of our viewers now. Very excited.
Doesn't that those things have like weird online delay even playing by yourself?
Not playing by yourself. When you go online, you can feel it. It goes gashunk. Admittedly, of course, they're not as responsive as original hardware, but most emulation isn't. But yeah, when you play online, the delay.
One of the names of one of the games here is insane.
Which one?
Operation Logic Bomb?
Yeah, it's a game.
I was surprised that it was a top-down shooter and not a puzzle game.
I don't know. I just only read the name.
That sounds like what Big Think Dimension would have been. Operation Logic Bomb.
Yeah.
That sounds insane. That there's like a Super Nintendo game they're putting on this that I've never even heard the name of.
Also, Wild Guns.
Wild Guns is dope. I'm glad they're putting it on here.
Yeah, it's cheaper than paying $50 for a version that has 2 additional levels.
It's not 50, but it is like 25 or 30 or something, which
it was at launch. It was like 50 at launch.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? I'm moving on. We also have news that Tony Hawktober is coming a month early because Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 is coming out September 4th and looks dope as hell.
It does.
That was a really good way to kick off the Summer Games Fest. Just being like, Tony Hawk, it's back and it's actually made by people who care, Vicarious Visions, people who handled Tony Hawk numerous different times in the past. And also they have some Neversoft people on staff and we're actually trying. It supports split screen.
Yep.
It supports online. It supports Create a Park. Did they say Create a Skater? I'm not.
Yeah, Create a Skater.
Fuck.
Create a Park sound like really way better than ever before because you can apparently alter rails and terrain a lot more granularly.
Yeah, they were saying you can make a ramp that goes into the sky, like insanely high.
Yes.
This is awesome.
You can make your space elevator to fight the BAM Empire.
Everyone look forward to We Shred Your Skate Parks or We Skate or Die on Your Parks coming up later this year from GigaBoots.
And then your ranking system will be skate or die.
Yes, that's actually the plan.
They also didn't they say that they're scanning all the skaters as they are now and putting them in the game?
Yeah, that's awesome, actually.
Yes.
The funny thing is we've already heard leaks from skaters who weren't announced who aren't in the original game that they're going to be in this. So they probably have a larger character roster than this. They just don't want to talk about it because they want people to have confidence that this is going to be a solid product.
They also said that they will be doing some form of like post-launch content.
Yeah, Tony Hawk 3 probably, because they added revert. They have manual tricks. Why wouldn't you put 3?
Weird. Is it going to be like Tony Hawk HD where they charge you for revert?
No, because revert's already in there because only a psychopath dislikes revert.
Yeah, if they just made made this without revert or manuals, that would be like, why?
That's why they open with flat ground tricks and manuals and shit, so you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is looking so much better than Tony Hawk HD. You can tell they actually tried. $40 seems like a decent deal for this game. And given all the features with it, and if you pre-order digitally, you get a demo whenever that goes up of the warehouse level. So expect to see us stream some of that when it happens.
I've been so damaged by Tony Hawk HD that just like that one, I'm like, which levels are they going to use? And
what?
The answer is all of them.
Yeah.
But because of Tony Hawk HD, I expected what they did there. Some of one, more of two.
Yeah, no, this is the whole games, and that's fantastic. This is literally what I wanted from HD.
Did they say new goals? I feel like they did.
Yes. What they're doing is all the old goals and more new ones on top of it.
Cool.
Neat.
That's what I need.
So you don't just get the secret tape and you get spell skate, but there will be other stuff alongside more tutorials. Just a lot of stuff to really like get you into the fundamentals and then push you further.
1 and 2 didn't have spell combo because they didn't have Flatland.
Correct. 1 and 2 don't have you spell combo. That was
so that
4?
that'd be an easy one they could add in.
It's either 3 or 4 that added combo. I think it's 4.
I imagine they'll add Super 6 scores or something for the insane people that can go into the warehouse and get 1 million.
Hi.
For Dan. You can say Dan.
I'm right here.
Since they're going to have the multiplayer back, I am so excited that we will hopefully experience with Dan playing horse against him.
It's a scary thing to do, but
and it's like, hey, I got a letter off Dan. Why? I got 20,000 points, and he fucked up trying to do a 3.4 million score combo.
Yes.
I'm glad you watched the weekly beating.
I did because I told you to do a melon. But yeah, they clearly are working really hard on this when they said, yeah, we pulled up the old Neversoft code for the first 2 games to see how the board's handled and worked from there.
Yeah.
With the goal of it to feel the way it should. The only weird thing is like when you bail and you like fall down, a little weird techno stuff happens, then you teleport into an upright position to continue, which I think might be better because you get back into the game faster.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I always hated the really slow and long getting up animation. Like that was so frustrating because you're running out of time.
This feels like what the HD one probably wanted to do, which is we want to reset you quickly to keep going, but that was a large fade to white and it moved you around. This one, it puts you exactly where you would have been if you get up normally, but it made it look better presentation wise.
I really think you can look at this and instantly tell that it's a much better game than HD. I can at very least, like it's 4K 60. It's really sharp
looking. The game looks great.
Yeah, it does.
It looks and seems to look like it plays exactly how you would expect a Tony Hawk game coming out now.
Yes.
Would.
Yeah. No, it looks like what should have happened after Project 8. It looks like Project 8 level fidelity, but higher, and it runs smoothly at a high resolution. Like it's incredible, and I'm so thrilled that this is happening.
It's so good to just see people who care really jump into it. And given the state of the series before this, you have to wonder that this feels like a miracle.
Yes.
They just kind of what it looks like dumped a really bad game when the license ran out.
Yeah.
And seemingly burned some bridges.
Yeah. Yeah. Tony Hawk HD and 5 were just blatantly that.
Uh-huh. And think about this. This will be the second Tony Hawk game to be on current gen. Tony Hawk 5 is all we've had, which, by the way, on PlayStation Store, you can pick that up for $60. It's still $60 on here.
Yeah.
That's good.
And
that is good.
Servers
Casey, it's a good thing that thing hasn't reduced in price, so nobody's tricked into buying it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Friendly reminder, this is the first good Tony Hawk game in 14 years.
Mm-hmm. And they're putting this out a couple of weeks away from the 5-year anniversary of Pro Skater 5.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be an entry point for a lot of people, and that makes me really happy as a guy who threw Tony Hawktober last year.
And it might be one of the best ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great in every single way. I expect it to look great.
I read an interview that they did about it where they're just talking about the game a little bit. And someone asked, "You've already done this. Why are you doing it again? Like, what did you do to learn the lessons of Tony Hawk HD?" And they said, "We didn't look at that. We just looked at the old games and said we're going to do that." Why would we actually look at Tony Hawk HD? Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah,
and also the licensed song stuff. They said they got basically everything except for a couple of them, but they said all the ones you want are in here.
Yeah, they popped up with the list of bands and stuff, and it looks comprehensive, and that makes me really happy too.
Yeah, it looks like it's like all the ones that matter. Hopefully they have better music playing options, because before you had no way to control it. So you were trapped with, oh, maybe they'll play Superman. Oh no, they're playing one of the new songs I don't like.
But yeah,
do you think there's a real one in development?
Yes. I think if this goes well, there is. Absolutely.
Because DeathSet said they were approached for this, and they're not in Tony Hawk 1.
No, but I could see them getting added, because they're clearly adding skaters.
They're adding. I think they said they couldn't get every song back, so I guess they're probably adding some.
Yeah, I imagine you won't hear a peep about anything new until like 1 month before launch, where it's like, yeah, you've already played the demo. You know this is hot shit. Here's the extra stuff.
I still think it's great that the demo at the same old level we played back in the demo of Tony Hawk 1.
Incredible. The only way it could be better is if they also do a promotion where ordering it from Pizza Hut gets you a code for the demo.
Oh, that'd be real good.
Seeing the warehouse with like realistic lighting and stuff is weird.
It's fantastic.
Also, they're like 1,000,000 times more graffiti on everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking
I'm
good.
excited to crash through that window and just.
I can't wait to do a cry to get the secret tape while doing a cry stare.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
That's culturally important to gamers. But
it is.
We got to move on though. Next bit of news for me: Unreal Engine 5 was revealed at the second day of the second Summer Games Fest, hosted by Jeff Keeley. Man, it is. A lot of people are like, "Hey Dan, there are rumors of Unreal Engine 5," and I'm like, I don't know why they would do a 5. It seems weird to me that they would do that numbering scheme without a huge, drastic change, and I found it inconceivable.
You absolutely said that. I said that to you hours beforehand, because there were like some rumors where it's like Unreal devs going, I gotta watch this, and you're like, there's no point.
Like,
you're like, this would be you said this is the worst possible announcement Jeff could ever do.
Yeah, I think doing that to that audience, and you can see the dislikes on the video. There are a lot of people who just don't understand the gravity of the announcement here. But specifically, the thing is, Unreal Engine 5 only makes sense if you can solve one or more of the core hurdles that we need to solve for real-time 3D graphics. And fucking amazingly enough, they did. Which is incomprehensible. What they've done is they've basically virtualized geometry. They made it so the geometry, the polygons on all the models in the games running on Unreal Engine 5 stream in per frame, so that way you can have a seemingly or practically infinite amount of geometric detail in everything in your game. You don't need level of detail models anymore. You don't need like, oh, here's Nathan Drake up near the camera. Here's him medium distance. Here's him far away. You know, most video games have like 3, 5, 6 different levels of detail for different things depending. You don't need that anymore. You just have your highest quality model, and the Nanite, as they named it, engine literally makes it possible to have that highest fidelity, and as you bring in the camera, you get to see more and more. The reason this is so important is, and I've said this before about the next generation of tech, polygon count hasn't actually gone up that much since the days of old. We stagnated at a certain point, not only because of CPU overhead from using higher polygon models, but also because of driver things in order to do with that sort of thing. The fact that they've been able to do this, they show this demo of Unreal Engine 5, which I believe was called Lumens in Nanite Land or something like that. Looks absolutely incredible. The lighting is not only global illumination, it's fully dynamic. So as you destroy the environment, as parts of the environment break apart, light pours through, And this is where, like, this is why this is such a good demo for showing this off. The light casts shadows hyper realistically on the geometry of every statue in this room, of which there are 485 statues, and they all have shitloads of polygons in them. It is so hyper realistic. It is so insanely high fidelity. It's inconceivable. And Tim Sweeney showed it off. There was an interview afterwards, and Tim Sweeney is like, this is only possible now because of the insane SSD throughput of the PlayStation 5, and this whole tech demo is running on a PS5. So at very least...
Ooh, your reaction was fucking insane. It sounded like someone took a bat to your head, and you were just gone for the rest of the show, like, he fucking said that.
When John Carmack made the mega texture shit for id engine for the Rage, I think it's in Tech 6, he literally said the next thing I would like to do is virtualize geometry. Like, that's one of the next major hurdles. And they actually fucking accomplished that here on an engine that's ultimately going to be multi-platform. And that is incredible. PC architecture will have to change a bit. Lots of people are talking about having SSDs strapped straight to the graphics card to have enough, space and stuff to do things like this. Because this is amazing. It's beyond amazing. Like, when you see a cutscene and your character looks incredible and you start playing the game and you notice he looks way worse. This can solve that. You can be just playing with the cutscene level Nathan Drake or whatever all the time. And so there's that level where it just looks incredible. There's also other set pieces in this. You should absolutely go watch our live stream reaction to it. But one of the important things that a lot of people aren't getting is it's not just about the fidelity of the engine. It's about the fact that if you're a game developer, you're an artist, you're whatever, you don't have to make multiple different levels of detail. You don't have to make a high polygon model and then downsample that to a much lower polygon model that you bake normal maps into. You can use that ludicrous 2 million polygon model you made in ZBrush or whatever that you made in Maya. You can use that now properly, and that's insane. That is fundamentally going to change how games look, because we have not seen polygon models anywhere near the count that is shown in this demo. It is nuts. And this is one of the most major accomplishments in game engines in a really long time. I'm struggling to think of what the most major thing before this was, honestly. It's kind of insane. They take you through a cave and they're talking about, these rocks and everything have like 8K textures because we can stream it that fast to get a higher resolution of this texture sampling and shit like that as you get closer and closer. They're talking about they use the cinema quality assets. I think Megascan is what they were talking about, using insanely high quality photogrammetry to make these 8K textures for these rocks. So as you get closer and closer, it does that. This thing's incredible. You should check out the tech demo. The fact it runs at like a hard lock 30 frames per second is really impressive. And the last thing I want to stress before we move on, every Unreal Engine demo, 1, has not been bullshit in the least, and 2, has been surpassed by the consoles it launched on within short order. If you go back and watch the Unreal Engine 3 PS3 tech demo like we did on that live stream, or the Unreal Engine 4 PS4 tech demo, games looked so much better than that, even like 2 years in. So this is just the beginning of what it means to be next gen. And this is why when I hear that Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be at minimum 30 frames per second and somewhere above that, actually, I'm disappointed, because this should be the bar for a 30 frame per second game next gen. Something completely unprecedented that you've never seen before that is just, it looks incredible. The amount of polygons in her scarf and everything else is nuts. And I'm done talking about. You guys got comments?
This whole thing was kind of crazy. During the interview, Tim Sweeney literally said the PS5 is going to be the most powerful platform on the market at the end of the year.
The exact phrasing, I believe,
the thing that killed you.
I believe the exact phrasing he used, which you don't like. Sony doesn't pay Epic Epic doesn't take money from Sony. And generally speaking, they're very cynical on both companies. They put pressure on and they do press every time a new console comes out to put them on pressure, put pressure on them to do better. Like before the last gen consoles, before the PS4 came out, they put on pressure for both people to put more RAM in. They did the same on the PS3. This time they came out and they just flat out said in the Summer Games Fest interview with Jeff Keeley, where Sony isn't there, PlayStation didn't sponsor this. They just say, at the end of the year, you're going to be able to get the PS5, and that's going to be the most powerful box you can buy.
Yeah.
This is why Xbox stands are going insane this week.
I also liked when Jeff Keeley directly asked Xbox Series X, will it be able to play this demo? And the guy goes on to talk about how you have to downgrade things for stuff like phones. And I just flipped. Like, whoa.
Yeah, he's like, well, of course our engine works across multiple different devices, but you need to downsample it when you downport your things to other systems. And it's like, are you fucking... Jeff asked you, hey, do you support Xbox? And you said, yeah, we can compromise.
It's really funny because you hear that and you hear it that way and it's like, yeah, obviously. But then everywhere else I was here is like, they can't talk about the other consoles because Sony bought exclusivity.
That's not...
They bought exclusive marketing on the Unreal Engine 5.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're like, of course that. So I've even seen Games Media going like, yeah. So what if it's a puff piece for the PS5?
That's fucking okay, guys. Let's just frame that a different way. You're implying that Sony has enough money to bribe Epic, and that they did it for a tech demo.
Epic loves just burning money.
Sony loves Epic. You know, because
Epic.
They definitely weren't forced into putting crossplay because Epic fucked them.
Yeah, it's not like Epic turned on cross-platform play for a whole day and then went, oops, sorry guys, we accidentally did that. Oh, what's that? You're wondering how we did? Well, we have that compatibility brought in, but all the platform holders and you two agreed to do it. And then Sony's like, you motherfucker.
Oh, that reminds me of another really neat part of this interview.
Oh yeah, they're incredible parts that aren't even Unreal Engine 5. Do you want to say it, Bob? Or?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Where they literally said, yeah, built into our engine is cross-platform playability.
They have tons of networking APIs built in to support not only cross-platform, but huge player counts.
Yeah, that's great, because we can't even get cross-platform
from
on
Microsoft.
Halo from Xbox to PC.
Yeah.
It's not even there.
It's not even there. So the gravity of doing that for smaller devs, like, do you know how huge of a difference that makes for an indie game? If you can go play an indie game.
Speaking of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They changed their licensing agreement.
Yeah. And that's great news,
Indie devs now no longer have to pay royalties until they cross 1 million revenue.
Which is also a huge deal for indie devs. Like, this is insane. The huge difference this will make for the entire game industry is impossible to phrase into words. Like, when you can go play an indie game that's a fighting game or whatever, and it's made on Unreal Engine 4 or even 5, and it's cross-platform, that's huge. That's the difference between life or death for a fighting game. Being able to find online matches.
Yeah, or a shooter too, or anything like that. There's so many games that rely heavily on cross-platform play.
Yeah.
Or on multiplayer in general.
And not only that, but because of the APIs and things they built in, they can support larger player count multiplayer games too. It's to the point where me and Bob had to have a conversation of like, should Destiny 3 be on Unreal Engine 5?
We were also freaking out over the thought of Tekken being on Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, the thought of Tekken having like 20 million polygon models.
It would finally hit that PS3 tech demo. Okay, that wasn't even a tech demo. That was just
that was just a CGI video where they're just like, "Fuck you! It looks like CG by the PS3."
Now,
thanks,
Namco. With the power of Unreal Engine 5, will the Uncharted 4 trailer be real?
Yes, that's how huge this is. It will make that look like trash. The only thing that has over this is that was 60 frames per second. And this is running...
Didn't even look that good.
This is running at 1440p, 30 frames per second. But once again, I stress,
PC
that's just now. Better. Oh yeah, PC could have done that better. I have tons of people in my replies saying things, and Jeff Keeley also does too. They're saying PC could run this at 4K 60.
Even though Tim Sweeney said it couldn't?
Even though Tim Sweeney's explicitly sitting here and saying, no, this needs 9 gigabytes of throughput with very low latency and et cetera, et cetera.
But because he said something positive only about PlayStation, he's officially biased and paid off.
Yes. He can explain it as many ways as he wants to. He's still a shill, apparently.
Doesn't matter if he owns one of the most profitable companies in the world and doesn't have to worry about that. He's a shell.
Yeah, of course.
Epic opened a store where they burn money because they had too much money.
Yeah.
And
they're like, God damn, Tim Sweeney went into the office and was like, God damn it, Johnson, all this money everywhere is in the way. Start an incinerator to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Maybe a Tony Hawk game will fall out the other side.
I mean, it did, but just the fact that we got the news that it's like, oh, PS5 technically is a little bit less powerful. I did not expect high-ranking person in the industry to say publicly, the strongest thing is the PS5.
I'm really fucking glad, though, because this is what I keep trying to explain to people, the gravity of having that insanely optimized architecture. Like, Sony did that speech that long, that presentation that long, about that for a fucking reason. It's funny because when the Unreal Engine 5 stuff came out, somebody posted a clip from an old interview with Cerny from, I guess it was about 3 or 5 years ago, depending on which interview it was, where he says he would like his legacy at the end of this to be changing how games are made and how games are run to make it that much easier to manage and make assets for it, basically. Like, the difficulty of running a game should just go away. And that's kind of what it seems like the PS5 is. Like, it's a gross amount of power, and it's also insanely fast on an SSD side. Let me put it this way. Right now, if you spent $500 on a GPU, you would still be 1 teraflop below the PS5.
Yeah, that's a lot. God, now I'm just thinking of that thing from... I might have said this last week, too. What if Assassin's Creed Valhalla they only had to say that weird statement of above 30 because they were talking about the Series X version?
And that sent me. I don't want to think about that. That's horrifying.
We can't. I don't want to.
If we launch these consoles, and the PS5 just runs games at 60 and the Series X eats shit, I am going to die. Because that is insane.
I won't die from that. That will be horrifying and will upset me and give me heart palpitations, but I will get upset seeing game journalists try to rationalize it away.
They're fine, you know.
They're really good at that, though.
You can't even tell the difference.
I have PTSD from the fucking 7th gen. Frame rate's not real.
Yeah. No, it's not.
It doesn't matter what frame rate something's at. Even if it's 20 frames a second, it's fine.
It's fine.
Again, remember, as Dr. Agro told us before we recorded, I need to be sure to remind you that the human eye can't see more than 30 million triangles in a single statue.
God.
That's really good. Oh man, what an insane! That was. I thought the Tony Hawk news was huge. That was huger.
I was also freaking out over if they are using Unreal 5.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, if it's exclusive to next gen, might be able to actually have an open world. Something I did not believe was possible.
Right, because
with the current state.
Yeah.
Square Enix, it is crucial that any PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 is just embarrassing. You have to not care. You have to not care less than you have ever cared.
They have said it is fairly easy to port over any of your Unreal 4 projects to 5.
Mm-hmm.
You have to not give a shit harder than anyone has never the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 needs to be worse than the PS3 version of Shadow of Mordor.
That's hard. That is really hard, dude.
And yet,
what the equivalent of that is like, all right, the materia system isn't in.
Yeah, no, you every time instead of going to the open world, it just opens a menu and you select where you want to go.
Okay, do that. Whatever it takes.
Also, I know a lot of people said that's not going to happen. They won't put it on Unreal 5 because they put out the statement of they're going to be cross-gen for the first 2 years. Because of things happening in the world, that sequel isn't coming out in 2 years. They can still tell the truth with that statement.
Oh yeah, I had no confidence in it actually coming out in 2 years, but
yeah, I have 100% confidence in that shit's going to use Unreal 5.
I mean, yeah,
they couldn't they ship a next gen version on Unreal 5 and a last gen version on Unreal 4 if it's that easy to just change your project over to Unreal 5?
I mean, they could, but they would basically be remastering the game for the last gen version because, you know,
Whatever
once
it takes.
keep in mind what they're talking about here is like you throw in a 2 million polygon model for cloud. You can't do that on last gen, so you would have to make a much lower quality.
I can see Square doing it. I can see Square saying, "Here's the Unreal 5 version for at the time will be current gen," but it's like they're re-releases of other games. Final Fantasy VII Remake International version.
Either that or they delay the last gen release.
How about we just cancel the last gen release?
That would be fantastic because this is the most important change in gaming hardware in a really long time. As I said, this is the first CPU increase in a meaningful way in 15 years. So in 14 years.
It would also take it like 3 years to even come out, and that's, you know.
Right?
I bet you can afford a PS5 by then.
Yeah, I imagine most people who are listening to this podcast who played Final Fantasy VII Remake can probably get around to getting a PS5 or an Xbox Series X within, the next 3 years. Real quick note, if Lockhart is real, you know what probably won't run on it?
Oh,
what?
No.
Unreal.
That tech demo.
That means that no first-party Microsoft game can use Unreal 5 for 2 years.
I hope Lockhart isn't real. I care immensely about making gaming hardware affordable, but I care more about preserving an experience. And if I swear to God, if the
we need to get to a good place where we can freeze for a little while before we can do that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the situation, Dan, in which Gears 6, because the last one was on Unreal 4, and Microsoft goes, you can't use Unreal 5 where our system can't run it perfectly.
Or you hit a situation where it's like, okay, you can use Unreal 5, but you can't use Nanite or Lumens, the lighting system, because it's too demanding. It takes up too much memory.
Those allowed
those
to make
features-
it the best thing it can be.
Just turn off on there when you put it in your Xbox.
But that's okay. You know why? The Series X version will be better than the Lockhart version, and that's all they're promising. A better version of an inferior experience. Did that hurt, Bob?
Yeah,
I'm not even sure your mic picked it up, but Bob sounded like he was stabbed.
Hey, at least I can play Gear 6 on my Xbox One launch edition.
Cool, I can do that on my PC apparently. So yeah, we got to move on. But all that epic news was really, really good. It's just really unfortunate that it made Xbox fans fucking nuts. Hey Casey, what you got in news?
So Vincent Pella came out and said that there's no Titanfall game in development at all.
Yeah, very sad.
We also have confirmation that Dice LA, which he now heads up alongside
right.
Respawn. Yeah, remember when they said he made good games, so we need to take him here too? Dice LA is going to carve out its own identity and has a completely new shooter using the Frostbite engine in development right now.
Okay.
I'm really sad about no Titanfall, but yeah, at least there's something.
He said Respawn has some cool stuff to show off at EA Play next month, though.
Okay, as long as it's not more Apex Legends skins.
Yeah, there is a very...
Mirage Voyage.
There might be a chance of Mirage Voyage. Ugh. But we have to hope that it's not related to Apex Legends. Maybe they got something else going on. Let's see. Square Enix confirmed, because, everyone's revving up their E3-like stuff, saying that due to them having to adjust to world events, they're not going to do a show that shows everything, because they said gathering everything together and then giving you the hard days, they can't do that yet. So they said, when stuff's ready and we have a date solidified, we'll show you stuff. We'll just do them one at a time.
That's not a sight, but it's something, I guess.
Yeah, it's, yeah, I would absolutely love like a conference where it's like, here's everything, because it gets to be a mix of big and small, like
right,
FF7 because they have a lot, or Avengers because they didn't have a lot, so they brought in Troy Baker.
I mean, like, I don't even want dates, because obviously that's a problem right now. Just show me a lot of stuff at once. I'm tired of these piecemeal, like, one thing a day sort of events.
Yeah, that's always like rough. That's why we have some people trying to bring a lot of stuff together, like the Guerrilla Collective game showcase. That's happening June 6th through the 8th. This is Greg Miller and his Kind of Funny game showcase from last year is souped up, and they partnered with more people to get this thing going. So if you saw that, it's mostly indies.
I hope this is done better than last time, because that was a good idea. Like, it's good to get those games in front of that many eyes. I like that, but it moved at such a breakneck pace.
Yeah,
most of it just glazed over. Like, it's too much.
Yeah, it was glazed, and there was so little in there that even set off neurons in my brain and made me write it down.
Yeah, and there was a few. They had done a couple of them before that too. So, and even those, they were kind of like the same, where it's like they're improving in little bits, but now that they're partnering with other people, I think this will be a bit better. They said some of the announced participants include the developers behind Baldur's Gate 3, the SteamWorld series, Sniper Elite, and Disco Elysium.
That's neat. And this is actually like a couple days, right?
Yeah, it's a couple of days. They have like a bunch of people, like Paradox Interactive's going to show some stuff there. A lot of PC stuff, a lot of like mid-tier, like indie stuff.
So, but they make this actually good and do like several hours of content where each thing gets a good set of time. I think this will be really cool.
Yeah. Okay, I just read it a little bit more. On June 7th, there will be a second online press event, and then June 8th will be a day of gameplay demos and developer interviews. But what hit me the hardest, the Guerrilla Collective event will also include the Paradox Insider broadcast, the Future Game Show, and the digital version of the yearly PC gaming show.
Oh my god.
It lives on.
I'm so excited.
June 6th
Day
and
9 will return.
Put it on the calendar, guys.
Let me tell you, there is a 100% chance that's a better show than the Xbox Series X gameplay showcase last week.
Dan, there's a non-zero chance that we have a PC gaming show in which there is banter between Day 9 and Greg Miller, and I don't know if I'll survive that day.
I don't think I will either.
One of them talk about how good Gears of War 2 is, the other one will nod agreeingly.
Please stop. That person's from One Up and looks nothing like Greg Miller.
I don't know where you're talking about. Greg Miller said if there's a problem with Gears of War 2, it's probably that it's too good. That's definitely.
Need you to stop making shit
that's
up.
Definitely.
There's plenty of other things to shit on Greg Miller for.
No, KZ, I was there. He said that, and then he acted out on stage the scenes from Uncharted 4 that he got to see.
Oh, that's really cool. I can't believe he did that.
This timeline makes a lot of sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was it?
I'm going to move on to the next piece of news.
Wait, before we do that.
No,
was it the first
you,
PC
Theo.
gaming? Was it the first PC gaming show that had the really cringy pour Mountain Dew in a wine glass in the intro?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
God, fucking jerk offs. Fuck that show.
Day 9's trying his best with the material he's given.
God, Day 9 has a gun to his head being forced to do this.
And he's doing the best under these circumstances. Other news that happened to pop up.
Well, actually, there's one more thing, okay? One last thing. I thought...
Yeah, Dan?
I was like, okay, let's go with KZ. Apparently, that's a misattributed quote. Let's find something to shit on Greg Miller for. So I type into Google. This is what I type. Greg Miller sucks. I'm like, okay, this is going to bring up something, right? What it brings up from the subreddit for Kind of Funny Games. Greg Miller, from hero to a villain. This is my story. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this melodrama bullshit? I come here for, he said a dumb thing. Meanwhile, this dramatic fuck is just like, he ruined my life.
This is so long.
It's huge.
Oh my god.
It's huge. It's like 8 paragraphs. What is this shit? What?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a joke. It's
No,
a
it's
fucking really long, roundabout, unfunny joke.
Okay. Anyway, I wasn't actually going to read it because it would have been in the act of a crazy
one of the most hilarious things about Greg Miller that was real was when he worked at IGN.
Yeah.
And he was that guy who was really passionate, really into like the big "this is our team" type of thing, where he got to sit in an interview with someone who was going to get hired potentially.
Yeah.
And he did research and went up to this dude while he was sitting down and said, "So I have this paper here. These are some tweets you said 3 years ago about how IGN sucks. Would you like to respond to these? And also these things you said about me."
Good. That's raw. I like that.
And then his boss has said, "That man, dude." And he's like, "Did I go too far?" He's like, "No, that was hilarious." that man would gut me. I fear him.
You feel?
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You say, "Yeah, I said all that."
Yeah,
And
no.
you shrug. What are they gonna
that's,
do?
that's the thing. I would own up to it.
That man's dangerous. He can beat anything. He beat cancer. He has a wiener dog.
I mean, he has a wiener dog. That seems irrelevant to the cancer bit, but okay.
I mean, I have a
could
dog
sick
that
a
looks
dog
like
on me.
I have a dog that's a weird crossbreed between a Basset Hound and a Rottweiler, so it looks like a giant wiener dog.
That's very on brand for you.
Yes.
Maybe I'll take a picture in case he can maybe shove it in here.
I mean, I would
Okay,
like to
please.
see a picture, period.
Do it actually. Put it in the Big Thing channel. I want to talk about breaking news.
Okay. I want to see this picture.
Guilty Gear Strive got delayed to early 2021.
Yeah.
Make a
like
new
2
lobby
hours ago.
system, you fucks.
Oh god! Basically, it was like an hour ago.
You started reading that news, and then Phil started running at the internet like fucking comic cat.
Kara.
Fix the whole game, please.
You just flew to Japan like Antonio Banderas does in
Yeah.
Spy Kids 3.
Yes.
They said, due to adjusting to the world events and other stuff, they're gonna just delay it till early 2021, and also respond to things they got in feedback from the closed beta test.
Oh, everyone said this is bad in every way imaginable. Maybe we should change it.
Not good.
Yeah. From the systems to the lobby, a lot of things should probably get adjusted there. So they put that out an hour ago. That's some good news. Moving on, we've got Capcom put out like their earnings and their estimates of how much money they plan on making soon. And they put out a thing is like, we expect to get like 28 million unit sales, which is more than they've ever gotten in the past 3 or 4 years. And they announced that they have like yes, like every other year, it's like from April 1st to March 31st of the next year. All the other times they're like, we think it'll be 25-ish million, or that's how much they end up getting each time. This time they set their expectations higher. They have multiple SKUs of games coming out, and people are wondering what they're working on. And sounding like they have a couple really big titles coming out.
I feel like we're getting close to when they do another Monster Hunter, and that would be a shitload.
Or they have signed to do a Sony exclusive.
Right.
They're like, that's 10 million right there.
Dan, you need to stop because you're starting. They signed to make Castlevania,
With
Sony, which Sony owns now.
Oh, okay. Dan, in my head has been 2.5 years from now, 3 years from now, Sony press conference at wherever they do it, and they go, Capcom presents a new Monster Hunter game exclusive to PS5 running on Unreal Engine 5.
That would be incredible.
Loading up your hunt happens in a couple of seconds. The worlds are massive and super detailed. Every monster looks so fantastical. Because I already think Monster Hunter World with no loading is kind of dreamlike.
Oh, that shit! Monster Hunter World uses the MT framework. Jesus Christ!
Yes, it does.
Yeah, no. Weren't the rumors that Resident Evil 8 was coming out like early next year?
Yes.
So
yeah.
there's the pile of sales.
Yeah, it looks like it's likely that. People were like trying to split up the games, and they're like, well, if we divvy the games up like this, there might just be a game that's exclusive to one platform. Some people are thinking it's a Monster Hunter for the Switch that can handle it. So it's just another one of those 3DS tier ones.
Yeah, that would also sell a lot.
An exclusive Sony thing.
I feel like Capcom's a huge fan of doing next-gen exclusives at launch. You know, they did Dead Rising 3. They did.
Yeah,
they did.
Did they? Did they? No.
I mean, Capcom Vancouver made it. That sort of counts.
Sort of
When
counts.
Dark Void 2.
Never. Come on.
She died 10 years ago, KZ. It's okay. It's not your fault.
Oh, no.
It's not your fault, KZ. It was a drunk driver.
Its name was Kaiju Inafune.
Ah, damn.
But yeah, I feel like Capcom's got a pile of IPs they can use.
Oh, yeah, no. Capcom, they make really good stuff. They've been doing great. It doesn't surprise me that they have... Oh, and just one more thing, by the end of this fiscal year.
Right.
You bet your ass.
Taking something from last week that happened a day after our podcast or something.
Yeah, it was a day after.
There was a lot of criticism over Inside Xbox. There's like someone who posted saying, well, what they said that there were going to be a first look at gameplay trailers and sneak peeks, and there's gameplay of this and that, so it's fine. Then Aaron Greenberg of Xbox, the Fridge Man, responded saying, had we not said anything and just said it was a May Inside Xbox like we normally do, I think the reactions wouldn't have been bad. Clearly, we set wrong expectations, and that's on us.
Yeah, you sure fucking did.
1, yes, you did. 2, I think it's funny as hell that he's responding to some Xbox fanboy who's like, no, they had enough gameplay. These YouTubers and outlets are exaggerating. Like, that was the funniest thing in the world when a company man's like, nah, we fucked up.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's just...
I thought that was great. Just immediate vindication.
Yeah. Once again, Microsoft's newest thing, apologizing for fucking up. Lucky them that they get the opportunity to do that a bunch of times, so it looks really good to people.
Yeah, it shows development, and also they're from the West, so we root for them more.
Sure we do. I just want the best product. That's all I want.
Yeah, basically.
I want a game that doesn't crash consistently when I try to do a playthrough of 4 different games. Like, that's nuts.
Oh, okay, because the start of that sounded like not my experience with The Wonderful 101.
Once again, I just want a good thing. I'm not playing that game, so...
All right, well, here's a cool thing.
Yeah, sure.
They announced the Mafia Twitter account appeared again. I think they just tweeted family. and then a couple days later,
family, gabagoo.
Yeah, gabagool. They revealed that they're doing a Mafia Trilogy thing where they're going to like remaster and put over the games, which includes
was Mafia this gen? Was Mafia 3 this gen, or was that last gen? It was this gen, right?
Gen. Yeah. I saw the.
Yeah, it was
I saw the
2016.
list of
That
Mafia
game fucking
Trilogy.
fell through the cracks.
Oh yeah, because they're probably doing a bundle. Because the first thing I saw was a trilogy thing, but they're doing a remake of Mafia, which you can tell it's a fucking remake when you look at comparison shots, and this looks like high-end current gen, especially when you're looking at like cars and stuff.
And Mafia 1 came out in 2002 and was a PlayStation 2 and Xbox
I assumed
game.
it was like a 360 game or something.
No, Mafia
I've never
1.
heard of Mafia 1.
The funny thing about Mafia 1 and 2, which will be really funny if they don't change them in any significant way, is you follow traffic laws or you die.
Yeah.
You run a stoplight, the police come after your ass.
It was
This
hilarious.
sounds hilarious.
It really was. It was such a culture shock coming from GTA.
With Mafia 2, people noticed that the major visual enhancement they did was they turned down the bloom.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't look as big a jump as original Mafia. But this was great, because when the people saw that Twitter account talking, they're like, well, we can't do anything to 1. And then it turns out that's probably going to look and maybe be the best of the 3 games in that series now.
And I think that 3 is the one where they add lots of weird systems to it. So, yeah, going back to the
3
older
is
one,
also
probably,
the one where it's like so radically different from what you'd expect a game called Mafia to be. I genuinely don't know why they did that. Or
Yeah,
like
you're
you're
like,
in New
I think,
Orleans.
Louisiana or something?
You're in New Orleans and
Okay.
you're a black guy and there's nothing to do with the mafia. Like, why did you call this mafia? Why didn't you just call it like Cajun?
Dude,
Raging Cajun.
fucking yes. If they made a game called Cajun, I would check it out.
Yeah, I think that they could have sold a
I-
few copies on Cajun being
Yeah.
in store shelves.
Also, I think that game is in the 70s, and the big thing was
Yes,
like,
I'm
in-
remembering. I'm remembering Mafia 3 now.
Yeah.
Like the coverage and yeah, most people said, yeah, that's rough. Where it's like it does some really cool stuff, but then just falls off a cliff and forces you to do side missions for 30 hours.
Yeah.
Considering I've never heard a single thing about it after it came out, and they're not making Mafia 4, but they boast about how many copies they shipped,
Oh no.
I think they might have made a miscalculation.
I only got a couple of pieces of news left. One is Iron Man VR. It's got a new release date, July 23rd. They did not forget about that game.
Look forward to the spoiler cast.
Yes, please look forward to the spoiler cast.
It will be Dan and Bob because neither
Wait.
I nor KZ have
Wait.
VR.
Wait a second. What? You're not going to buy VR for this? What a shame.
Dan's like, don't worry, I took it out of your paychecks for this month and sent you some PlayStation VR.
No, not until the PSVR 2 comes out.
I mean, to be fair, the finger tracking and other stuff with that's going to be dope as shit. And as I said before,
Yes.
like when we were talking about, if you remember the Eric's Bachelor Party spoiler cast,
Or you fed Saber tacos.
where we fed Saber tacos, when you're in the VR, everything looks incredible. But when you look at footage of VR, it looks like a terrible PS2 game. I cannot imagine how amazing PS5 is going to look in a fucking VR headset.
We need a PS5 remaster of Feeding Saber Tacos.
Yes! Unlimited polygons in these tacos. That's where we need the polygons. Fuck Saber. I want them in the tacos.
So, PlayStation unveiled their PlayStation Studios intro, which is going to be across all of their first-party games on PS5 only, which means this will not be in The Last of Us 2 or Ghost of Tsushima. Phil, have you seen this?
Yes, but and I have the Xbox Game Studios one loaded up, then I'm going to watch it like you asked me to
Okay.
do.
Okay, make sure, look at all the iconic games that are featured in there.
There's Halo
one that's
5.
special. Mm-hmm.
There's Battletoads. There's Gears of War 1 remastered. There's Minecraft. There's, I don't know what the fuck that is, Recore? Oh god, there's We Happy Few? Hellblade?
They bought them. They didn't even make We Happy Few.
Was that Left 4 Dead? They don't own that. Sea of
State of
Thieves,
Decay, probably.
and then Master Chief, and then Forza, and there's Ori. That was sad.
It is.
Phil, that is 3 times longer than the PlayStation one, and none of those games can hit a 90. One of them isn't even out. They said it would come out last year, Battletoads. It has never been seen since.
We are. I do not think we will ever see that again.
But it's in the fucking screen there. There are games you can watch that have Battletoads
It will.
in it, even
We
though
will
it's
never
not
see.
out.
It will be like when a wrestler upsets Vince McMahon and he uses Bite the Dust and deletes them from the WWE intro.
This is like if you bought Final Fantasy 13 and they showed a Versus 13 trailer in like your intro logos.
Right?
Oh no.
Okay, I kind of wish that happened, but still.
Yeah, I kind of wish that happened. That'd be good.
I like seeing people trip over their balls.
Chaos is restless.
It is. That's my news.
Cool. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
How's it going?
We got to see a state of play for Ghost of Tsushima today.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Oh boy.
It's pretty neat, yeah. It's like their take on doing one of these. Like we see Nintendo do the Nintendo Directs for individual games,
Uh-huh.
and this is them doing that.
And it
Which
worked.
might be their best state of play by default.
Right? Yeah. Focusing on one game, having a bunch of text pop up to just be like, here's this detail, here's this detail, here's this detail. It makes it really strong. Whereas, a lot of the other state of plays, Resident Evil 3 notwithstanding,
didn't have that like homunculus narrating each game.
Yes.
Yeah, that helps.
And the blatant knockoff of Nintendo's presentation style.
Yes.
But we got to see more about this game. We haven't really seen it all for
Yeah,
years.
I had no idea what structure this game was until the day.
What does that meter do?
I wish I knew. I
wish I
assume it's
knew.
going to do something cool. I feel like we're watching the Yakuza fight the Mafia in The Simpsons, and they're ending the presentation. They're like, "Oh, but Sony, that meter's going to do something, and you know it's going to be good."
I want to see it. It's going to be good. No.
Then the video closes, and we just hear like Jin screaming, like, "Oh."
Oh, he probably went sicko mode, but we'll never know. I think the visuals were absolutely beautiful, and I love that they have the Kurosawa filter to make it black and white and grainy.
Yeah, I wonder if they got like an 8K grain.
Oh man, could you imagine if they just have an insanely high quality procedural or sampled film grain?
But yeah, everything here looks really good. Like it's like if an Assassin's Creed game looked good.
It's going to be really rough when we do the comparison between Ghost of Tsushima and the Xbox Series X version of Valhalla.
That's going to be funny, especially if Assassin's Creed gets delayed. So it comes out later looking worse.
So I literally thought that. I'm like, this looks pretty good. Does Ubisoft just make really bad versions of this? And that's why I hate open world games, because they make the most of them and they're all bad. Then I'm like, oh god, even Days Gone was better than them.
Yeah.
And I beat all of Horizons. Ubisoft just makes bad games.
They make games.
I'd never really consider that, yeah.
I think Ubisoft games are the golden corrals of video games. They provide a lot
new
of
and
value.
improved Assassin's Creed.
People get to engorge themselves on the value.
But yeah, all the exploration stuff we saw here looked really cool. Looks like you can actually climb things. We got a horse.
You got a horse. The horse has really good animation and looks like it controls kind of like a Shadow Colossus horse, where there's weight and substance to turning it. You could pick up resources off of the ground like bamboo and other things while still on your horse.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
There's cool little
Waypoint stuff's pretty good.
Yeah, the waypoint wind is amazing.
Oh yeah. You set your waypoint and the wind will just start blowing in that direction. And since you have a cool scarf thing, it's immediately apparent, even if you don't look at the streaks of the wind. You also have,
And you can just press a button to summon more wind.
and you can actually follow random birds that lead you to special things, whether it's a combat thing or special treasures to find. It'll lead you to points of interest, which is really dope. They fly alongside of you, kind of like Shadow of the Colossus. There's a charm system where if you pray at different shrines, you can unlock charms and certain skill sets and modifiers and things. It looks really cool. It seems really neat. I'm so excited for this game. I wish I had anywhere near this level of excitement for The Last of Us 2.
Right.
What a cool swan song for the system.
Yes. If this is the last first party game, they went out on a really good note, I think. I'm very excited.
Yeah, the only thing I wish we got to see more of was combat. Still not entirely sure how that's going to go. It seems like it's going to be very much parry based, and people die very quickly.
Somebody was pointing out in the trailer, they showed an encounter where you're attacking a guy up close, and the archer behind him calls out, "I'm going to shoot!" So then the guy in front ducks in time to dodge the arrow.
Yeah, that's neat.
That's a really cool touch. But yeah, no, it looked really neat. I am curious if the combat is just, if you screw up, you take a crap ton of damage. I assume it's something like that because this game seems very brutal in how it deals with stuff.
Yeah, a lot of blood. A lot more than I was expecting.
It's very, dramatized samurai sort of thing.
Yeah.
You do the cool slash and then the blood spurts. And they do like a perfect blood on face when you stab them, right? Like that's what it's really impactful. Not just the blood spray, but their face is painted with this blood in a very cool, stylized way.
I like seeing that the bow and arrow looks like it controls well. So it's nothing like a Souls game or Assassin's Creed game.
I was drinking when Bob said that. That got me. It's like, yeah, crazy that a projectile would just be easy and fun to use. What a thought.
What a thought.
But yeah, no, that looks promising. Very excited. When was that again? July 4th? Question mark?
I think it's June.
Oh, no. June's The Last of Us.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, July 17th. So, look forward to that. We're undoubtedly going to play it.
Oh, they also announced a full Japanese voice cast if you want to do that.
Yeah, and it has proper lip sync and everything.
Just go into the Kurosawa visual mode with the Japanese voice track.
They get really distracted because Rora Norazora is the main character. It's very distracting because he's anime man.
Oh God. Yeah, it's intentional.
Maybe he'll affect like a different tone, but I've never heard him not be anime man.
All right, let's see what else I got here. Sony got Arnold back for the Predator Hunting Grounds DLC.
Why couldn't
why couldn't
Arnold
Mortal Kombat
Arnold
do
in
this?
Mortal Kombat isn't Arnold, right?
No.
No, it's not. You can tell because, oh my God, that voice is so bad.
But here he
Yes.
is.
So why?
People learned this because he tweeted like, it was great to do this. I enjoyed stepping back into the role.
Maybe one day we'll get a true sequel to Predator 1. He'll get to come back.
We won't get autism is the evolution of humanity, and the predators have come to Earth to steal autism from us. We won't get it. That gets to go away.
Until I see that film, that's not real.
Wait a second.
Bad news today. Ninjala got delayed to June 24th. I know, everyone's very excited about Ninjala.
Bob, is Ninjala your Riptide GP too?
No, it's like Scorn, the atmospheric horror game.
That's your venture by software.
I think you mean Corn.
Dark Corn.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe is rumored.
Okay, so what's the rumor?
That it will be coming out alongside like all those things like the Mario 3D World Deluxe and the whole set of Mario stuff. Like some guy from Venture Beat was talking about it.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see if it's real.
I think it's possible. Does anyone here love Pikmin? Okay.
I've never played a Pikmin game.
I played Pikmin 1.
I played the bad action version this week. I talked about it.
Oh, I played a little bit of the first one, but I never owned them.
I played at a demo kiosk.
Huh.
I think I played that and Star Fox Adventures at a Walmart.
I think I've seen someone play it, but I don't think I've ever engaged with it myself.
Yeah, I used to own Pikmin 1. That was a short game.
Pikmin's, an important franchise. It's an important franchise. Hey, think about it this way. Once we hit in 4 months, we will reach the in 4 months. In 4 months, reach the 5-year anniversary of Miyamoto saying Pikmin 4 is almost done. September 7th, 2015. Pikmin 4 is in development and very close to completion.
I have to imagine it was just fucking trash and they binned it.
Or it never actually was happening. And he was losing his mind.
Who knows? Maybe Miyamoto is the Molyneux of Nintendo.
Miyamoto thinks a lot of games are under development, but they just tell him they are. And they actually aren't.
People keep trying to say it was the 3DS one that is nothing like Pikmin, but I refuse to believe it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that came out.
I haven't played it.
Huh.
But nobody played it. I think it came out on the 3DS in 2017.
Yeah, all those late
July
3DS games
2017
were just shipping into literally a void. They shipped them out to space.
I think so, like part of the reason who makes the fucking Mario and Luigi games that got fucking eradicated. Alpha Dream. It's like that remaster of Bowser's Inside Story sold like under 5,000 worldwide. Like it sold effectively nothing, and neither did the previous remaster. Those that after 2017, the 3DS is just a corpse.
Yeah, Hey Pikmin got a 69 on Metacritic. Was developed by Arzest. And they are the D tier Nintendo team because they do Yoshi's New Island. They support the portable things with like Hey Pikmin. They did the giant battles in Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. They're like the support team.
Okay.
Not great over there.
I got one more piece of news here.
All right.
Something I was surprised to see.
Mhm.
Announced today.
Wait, what?
PGA Tour 2K21.
What?
Yeah. It's a brand new golf game that the 2K series is taking under. Apparently, it's made by the same people who did the old golf game that's been coming out this gen called Golf Club. Those games always have looked kind of rough. Like, if someone comes in looking for Tiger Woods, they don't make those anymore. So you buy Golf Club, and it doesn't look as good at all. And the pictures of this new one actually look like a much more modern game.
I got to look this up. One moment.
You remember when they replaced Tiger Woods? EA did, so it was Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour.
Yeah,
We
they made
literally
one
have
game.
quick played one golf game ever, and that was it.
Yeah, it's
I'm looking at this now. Looks all right.
yeah, it looks like a respectable video game now.
Weird.
I actually like golfing video games. So
I like a lot of golfing video games. They just primarily are Hot Shots and Mario. I
Yes.
feel like based on the similarity of the mechanics, I could still like a PGA one, but literally the only one I ever tried was Rory McIlroy.
Which I hear
played
is the worst.
PS2 one. I played a PS2 one around the time Kingdom Hearts came out because we just got the PS2, and that was okay. I remember playing Cyber Tiger for the N64.
Was the PS2 one you played Everybody's Golf or Hot Shots Golf?
No, it was like a PGA Tour, like
okay.
2003 or some shit.
Gotcha.
I do own Everybody's Golf on PS4.
The one with Cosmic Kiryu in it, and the hell is his name? I never asked for this.
Adam Jensen.
Adam Jensen, yes.
But yeah, strangely, it's like, I guess you make your own golfer, and then you get to play against 11 real-life professional golfers. Like, you don't get to play as them.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's what Mario Golf Game Boy Color did.
Yeah.
You played as an OC, and you fought famous Mario characters.
How will they nickel and dime you?
I don't know. Guess we'll find out when we do our PGA Tour 2K21 spoiler cast.
Oh, that's what you meant by Adam Jensen. Hot Shot Golf out of bounds. That guy.
Wait, what? What?
When they made it for the West and tried to make it look hardcore, he put it in general.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that dude is just shades as fuck, slick back hair somewhere between Adam Jensen and Wesker.
God, yeah, it's so weird.
Hot Shots Golf out of bounds.
I like because you can see him get closer if you go to the middle cover, and then there he shows up.
It's
he
really
took
something.
over the game.
Yeah, like all of the characters that are like Hot Shots Golf looking are gone, and he's there.
He just slowly
With his
invaded
redneck
between
buddies.
Japan and America, with Europe being the intermediary step.
I can only assume this is saying the story that this guy sucks because he's already in the rough.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny?
Oh my god, I didn't notice that.
The
That's
chicks on the
hilarious.
fair in both Japan and European regions, but in the U.S. region, this dude's just eating shit. He's so close to the water. I imagine he landed in the water hazard.
Right. We need real Hot Shots Golf to come back.
Yeah, that would be nice. I still like that PS4 one. That one was pretty good.
Okay.
But yes, I would like a normal one again. Not everything needs to be a social online game.
Yeah.
No, it does. All of it.
Oh no.
And I think that's all.
I work at Microsoft. Guess what I'm doing to Halo?
Oh no.
Feel. Talk about a social online game.
Okay, Fallout 76 is free this weekend. You missed it when by the time you're listening to this. Sorry. And it's getting season passes, and the first one's going to be free.
Passes.
I cannot believe it's getting season pass. There's a fucking membership plan, and they still want more money.
Games as a service, more like games as a disservice.
I have to assume if you're paying for that astronomically priced horse shit, you just get the season pass content.
I would
doubt
never
it.
assume that.
I
It
don't
would
assume
be
that at all.
it's like $140 a year. It would be
I know.
beyond farcical.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, they offer more value than any other service available.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I
They're
have a
like,
PC.
Netflix, fuck you.
It's more value than Netflix, Hulu, Xbox Live, Disney Plus, any of those. It's more valuable.
Probably more valuable than all of them combined, Bob.
Probably.
I'm gonna try this and report back.
Oh no!
Touch it.
Oh no!
I looked at their press release. Did not find Fallout First anywhere in their control F-ing it. It looks like they may in fact intend to have 2 ways for you to throw money at them. They have a roadmap out. They're going to give you a lot of content.
Because that's what you want, more content for the game that's absolutely terrible.
Well, a lot of journalists wrote puff pieces about how they turned it around when the NPC update came out, and then the NPCs would rob you when you were dead unintentionally and not give you your stuff back. I'm sure that they were very reasonable.
Again, a review I watched was all the new content is great. However, anytime it gets even close to the old stuff, you realize this game is bad.
Once in a while before that update came out, I had people come in to my store and defend Fallout 76, saying it's amazing game. They love it. They've spent hours and hours with it. And typically after that guy left, the next person would be like, that guy was crazy.
I've never seen this. Is this just like hell? Like, is it because I'm a normal person who goes to GameStop, buys things, and leaves that I'm like I'm just imagining some guy leaning on the counter and trying to talk to Bob, and Bob is like, please.
Yeah. So that's
don't.
It's basically a John Chris Falusi character. He's that gross.
It's John Liquor.
Yes. He's trying.
Okay, I gotta tell my GameStop story. One time I went to GameStop.
I hate FLCL in the Japanese.
Oh God. I went into a GameStop. It was for the midnight launch of Smash Wii U and the Pokemon Gen 3 remakes. And someone had picked up a copy of Dark Souls 2 because people had to just wait there for an hour before they were allowed to legally leave for the midnight thing. And they're like, have you played this? I'm like, yeah, I beat that. It's like, what's the last boss? I couldn't get that far into it. It's like some dark lord looking woman. He's like, yeah, women, am I right? And I was like, yeah, man, okay. And then I waited a couple minutes to move to the other side of the store.
Yeah, no,
because I could not engage.
Every time I run into someone like that, it was always a boomer age dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's real bad.
The dude looked like Kevin Fetherline.
Every time my experience every single time at a midnight launch at GameStop is I'm there with Bob and other friends, and we're having fun.
We're the only
and talking.
humans.
And other people sense that we're having fun and we're funny people, and they start drifting towards us, and they start leeching our life force.
Everyone, be less funny. Have less life. We have to cloak. Let's
quickly.
throw out the cloaking
We need
device.
to blend in. Drop a racial epithet. It really is dire. Because there's so many times. Eventually, I just started shutting people down when they just would inject in the most annoying way into our conversation like 6 times. It's like, dude, I'm talking to my friend. Shut the fuck up. Please go away. Please. Like the first 4 times, I'm like, yeah, and then just talk to them. Then you get to the 4th time, and I just ignore them entirely. Don't even look at them. Don't even say anything.
He must not have heard me. I better say it louder.
It's so. I hate that. It's so real.
Yeah, it's not great. It's okay though. It was balanced because the last 3 midnight launches I went to, there was just this tone of none of Bob's coworkers know he's internet famous Bob video games. And I'm just sitting there with a dumb smug look the whole time.
Turns out he's damn video games.
Shh.
Phil.
Yes.
What'd they do to Twitch? I haven't streamed in a bit.
Yeah,
I mean, I streamed 2 days ago, but I didn't notice.
Just go to your Twitch channel.
Okay, here we go.
Looks the same.
Yeah, it looks identical to me.
Oh no,
Did you get the update early, I guess?
It doesn't have a check out the last stream they did and have GigaBoots looping in purple text up at the top in a block.
Oh yeah, because they have a new feature where you can make a custom video for people when you're offline. I know they're rolling that out. So I'm gonna send you guys a screen cap.
because it looks like shit and I hate it. And getting to clips now involves like 8 clicks.
Oh,
I
no,
love
that's
that.
bad. It only takes one clip. It only takes one click right now.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. You can set that. You can set up that video on the top there. I think it's got to be 30 seconds, something like that.
It's bad. You should have just let it alone.
Yeah,
You're right. There's no clip tab. Oh,
Yeah, you have to click videos. Then you have to
no.
click filter by, and then scroll down to clips.
Oh man, this is the first time they did an update that's YouTube-esque, where it's an update that makes things go backward. Can't win them all.
I mean, the thing is, all of these websites hire people who are criminally insane to constantly redesign their site to make it worse and worse to use over time. It's a fucking shame.
This is YouTube's new layout, developed by the inmates of a secret Guatemalan insane asylum.
I'm hearing the trailer music in my head right now. It's really...
They say when you look upon the layout, you go mad.
But one man is determined to make his channel tolerable.
So I made
The Miz.
I made playlists of the things you guys want to see because I keep hiding them.
The movie is
couple
just about
notches away
Dan
from Jomo.
walking around YouTube's office with a bat. Like, come here.
The Dan is back.
And ready for battle.
Alan Wake's coming to Xbox Game Pass and console on May 21st. Please let one of the things Remedy has going with Epic be Alan Wake 2.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's like 10 years old.
Oh yeah, they got the IP, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
That's cool. I need to play that.
You
One
should.
day.
It's neat.
some
And
good
last
news?
thing, sort of, maybe, we'll see. Paper Mario: The Origami King was revealed and launches July 17th. I don't see anything that looks like a unique NPC, and I think I saw a tax taking a consumable item, so I'm still real fucking worried.
Quick, Bob. It's our time to play Paper Mario: The Origami King as our first Paper Mario, and then put it on our Game of the Year list.
Yes, we can hear all about the Origami King.
I heard the Origami Killer went over there to the Mushroom Kingdom.
It was so funny that because they announced it through Twitter and like they just put out a PR thing of just one game. You're so used to Nintendo Directs, you didn't know it was announced. You just saw a meme about the Origami Killer, and you're like, that's funny. I don't understand why they've done this, but that's funny. I'm like, you didn't see the game?
Yeah, no, it was just funny by itself, the thought that somebody made this insane Heavy Rain reference while saying that the Origami Killer went to the Mushroom Kingdom.
There's
The visuals on this are amazing. I'm just excited for it from that angle.
Yeah, there's like an Origami King who like turns Peach into an origami version of herself, and you
she's
team
evil
up
now?
with Bowser, who's like a folded piece of paper now.
It just gives me flashbacks to Color Splash.
I looked at the gameplay. There was both the stuff in the trailer. They put out like a 19-second thing in Japan that was like a look at it. It seems like it has a completely different battle system where it's like a bunch of rings on a
and
circle
you rotate
grid.
them. Yeah, it has like
and you can
almost like a Radiant Historia thing where positioning is part.
Yeah, and if you line it up, you can like get a chain of things that are behind the enemy. And I think I saw ones where it's like you're definitely not going to line it up on all of them at once, and that interests me. It looks like there's a bit more strategy. There was like one part of one version of the trailer where there actually was someone helping you. There's like a person at your side during the battle.
Yeah,
like
that gives me hope, but it still doesn't look like a unique character.
It's an explorer toad in the temple area. If we can get a half step between
that's
Color
why
Splash and
I'm
real
not
Paper
just
Mario
like,
game.
That's why I'm not just like death.
If it's
because they
if
always
its combat can engage me on any level and doesn't feel like a hassle for normal fights, then sure, I'm down.
The byline they always gave us, Paper Mario fans, was, well, we have Mario and Luigi now. We can't have two Mario RPG series. One has to be bad. Please ignore the fact we also made Mario and Luigi bad after 3. But now Alpha Dream is dead. So if there was ever a time to start pushing Paper Mario back in the right direction, it would be now. And at least this seems like a half step instead of fuck you, Color Splash 2.
Yeah, if it comes out that it's like, all right, this thing, that combat is weird, but it isn't. You get money to then buy specific items, and that's the only way you use combat.
And those are all your attacks.
Yeah, if it's something that's a bit more basic, but the challenge comes from like the spinning and stuff, I think it'll actually be solid. Like I plan on jumping on it because it looks nice.
Seriously, Nintendo, just fucking make the 1,000-Year Door HD.
It looks like their best Switch game visually.
If they weren't,
It's beautiful.
it looks really nice. I wish it weren't coming out the same day as Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Whatever. I've dealt with worse games just like hammering my dick. Just look at March.
What happened to March?
Like,
Lately? I don't know. I lost my mind.
March was forever ago. That was the old world. Remember when Kefka owned everything?
Yes.
That is the world we live in now.
Yes. March felt like it was 150 years long.
I mean, that was the month I was losing my job and the world was ending. So yeah.
Yeah, they put out that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. They put out Grand Blue Versus. Ori came out.
Nobody played
Animal
that.
Crossing, Doom Eternal, Neo 2, and then we rolled into April. So I'm like, whatever, 2 games, all right, fine. I can bounce between them. I hope it's good. I'd like a redemption arc.
Yeah, no, it looks nice, so I hope it's good.
Right?
My prediction was right when I tried to harm Field last year.
Yeah.
Like, well, clearly Koei Tecmo's making Fire Emblem 3 Houses, so they can assault you with a Paper Mario game soon.
Also, the every 3D Mario game getting a remaster thing also came with a Paper Mario rumor attached, so that must just be true.
Yeah, and I can see why some people would say it's trying to get back closer to the old one because it's seemingly looks like turn-based battles
again.
Also, Mario gets like really big foldy arm things, and they look scary.
Yeah, that's neat. That's kind of in line with 1,000-Year Door, where it's like you'd keep getting cursed by evil treasure chests and be like, "You fool! Now I've cursed you with the ability to turn into a paper aeroplane and more easily navigate this dungeon."
Oh yeah, I do. Feel you hate those new Paper Mario games, so you can tell me, were the villains in that new? Or was it just Bowser?
No, it was Bowser both times.
Okay, so this being an evil origami king and you're being helped by the good origami sister of the king, I think
it's more in line with
signs of life.
I mean, the first Paper Mario used Bowser as a villain, but at least that was the first one, so whatever.
Yeah,
it was funny. It was funny. He's just like, "Mario, I got this magical girl wand from my cereal, so I'm invincible now." And then he owns your shit. I don't know why he's Kuwabara.
That seems appropriate.
My.
That is kind of how he sounds in Sunshine.
That's not where
Mario, what are you doing here? In my bathtub.
We need more Chris Abbott doing Kuwabara voice and stuff, so I would be all for that.
Bowser needs to be voiced by Scott McNeil.
That would be great.
Yes, it would.
This is Ascendant. Did you see in the background of the temples they showed that the ancient toads are actually 7 feet tall?
Yes, those are
that was
good.
Funny.
I have a lot more hope in this, and I'm glad they announced it now. So there's a very short period of time where people can wait and dread it, and then it's out.
Yeah, no, I think it's really neat that we're gonna see this in like 2 months. That's crazy. And
yeah,
like over the next 2 months, we're getting 2 big RPGs from Nintendo. That's also pretty neat.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Xenoblade.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I thought you were talking about the Isle of Armor for Pokemon.
It's not a game, Casey. That's DLC.
You're right. You're right. I'm willing to bet this probably would have been in a direct if they did the January one they had planned. I feel like just stuff's way too chaotic, and some shit got messed up.
Quick aside, since we're out of news, since we talked about the origami killer. In 2017, David Cage had a birthday party where he just had a giant screen playing the sex scene from his games on loop.
Allegedly.
I was like, I don't want to believe that's real.
Allegedly from
people who would know.
People who would know.
Allegedly.
You know what? I believe it because one of the fucking guitarists of Kiss, when he was one of the ones that fell out because they became a drug addict, would have parties where they would have a projector that would just show their own face morphing into Elvis Presley's face and back.
What the hell?
I've heard of this before, probably from Feel.
Probably from me.
Yeah, that sounds like a Feel special. Hey, Dan.
Yes.
What do you have planned for this week?
Well, that's the great thing. We're going to play at very least Halo ODST on the Friday that has already passed. And if we haven't gotten to it yet by now on this here Monday, we're going to be playing Halo Reach the next Friday, probably. Schedule's going to be a little tentative. Just be sure to check into Twitter or the GigaBoots Discord just to be sure. And of course, at random, we're going to be doing some Halo PC version of the Master Chief Collection matches with people all throughout the week at random whenever I'm bored. Aside from that, we've got some other Halo content. You know, we got to get Spartan Assault and Halo Wars done at some point in time. I don't know if we're going to hit that in the next week, but that's going to be it for now. By the way, guys, did you know they use Unreal Engine 4 for Weather Channel shit? That's downright horrifying.
Yeah, I actually saw one of those when that hurricane was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing, guys? Oh.
We're using advanced CGI to show you how you'll drown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh. I mean, hey, it helps people. People have trouble visualizing what 6 feet of water means.
Right, like, it is a lot of help, because even 2 feet of water is deadly.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Seeing that be like, oh yeah, this will literally pick up a car.
So KZ, what are you up to?
It's fine. I can walk through it.
Yeah, walk through it.
Whoa,
I'm a good swimmer.
Let's see. Over the next week, I'm probably gonna try and stream some stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and do a Halo 2 stream because I did enjoy going through that on PC. I will finally finish Trails of Cold Steel, at least playing it, because I hit the final dungeon today. So I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on that on the next big thing.
Once you get to the second ending, it gets real good.
Does that mean the ending of the second game?
No.
Oh,
You'll see.
Oh, man.
You'll see. Don't worry about it.
Oh, God, dude, don't do this to me.
Don't worry about it. All
right, I'll talk about it next week. But I'll be going through that, getting prepped for all the other bigger games that are coming out. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I'm looking forward to editing this podcast, which, if I do my math right, not counting live versions, will be the second longest podcast we've ever done for Big Thing Dimension.
You know, if there's one thing people can accuse us of, it's that we have too much good content. Greg Miller said that, actually.
Yes, he did. The only podcast that's going to beat this in length that wasn't a live version is episode 2, where we still took emails.
Wow.
Guys, and don't forget that there's also a good possibility there will be various live stream of new events next week too.
That's true. We don't know anymore.
PS5 might
Sony,
be
please
announced.
don't. I can't get another one of these.
Jeff Keeley, just nothing personals me.
We're revealing the PS5, the PS5 games. Microsoft's trying a desperation gambit, and Nintendo announces the Switch Pro releasing tomorrow.
Phil, I'm going to need you to tell me what you got planned for this week and find a way to end this podcast not talking about Danganronpa.
Well, but no, that's all I'm streaming Danganronpa. Like, what else do you want
I know,
from
but
me?
you're gonna need to. We're gonna need to massage a new ending this time too.
Okay. I'm gonna.
This streak is weird.
I'll think of an anecdote. I'll think of an interesting anecdote or a factoid. Give me 1 second.
You know what? I do have another Greg Miller quote we can land on. He said,
No.
replaying Banjo-Kazooie is really hard because they tuned it so well.
I don't think he's ever played Banjo-Kazooie.
Probably not. I'm now just saying shit. But here's the clip. He totally... Wait a second. That's not the fucking clip. 1 second. What the fuck?
What is this?
That's a gif of Mario sleeping. Twitter's being dysfunctional. There you go. There's the video. He totally...
I can't believe you wrote Greg Miller's quote. It's not even Greg Miller. I agree with what they say in the video, so I'll retweet it.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support the GB Podcast Network, head on over to patreon.com/GB Podcast so that way you can get exclusive behind the scenes on stuff, other content. There's a lot of content. It's basically non-ending avalanche of content. So head on over there, become a $5 backer or a Podlord today. This GigaBoots video was brought to you by the arcane powers of our executive producers, Esme, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Starfalcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Red Blaze 27, and 32X Wen. Thank you very much to our powerful executive producers.
And also these guys.
If you like this video and want to lend us your power, head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.